Hey guys, Blessing here, and how are you all doing? Good evening to everybody. We are back live. As promised, that once anything changes, anything shifts, we'll be right back here to update us. And something major has shifted, and now I can categorically tell you that Blessing CEO has been lying. She's such a great actress. The tears, the stories that she concocted, everything she fabricated, you know, the act of, oh, I'm just going to sell my wigs, I'm going to sell my house, and I'll sell my cars. Please, if you want to buy, the house is 300 million naira. If you want to buy the car, it's 30 million naira. And my wigs, contact me if you want to buy. All for what? To make money off of Nigerians using cancer of all things. And now, Blessing has run. Blessing has entered house. Yesterday, I was just like, Blessing, enter house. Blessing has entered house. Blessing has deactivated her Instagram account. I should have actually checked if she did the same thing on Facebook. Let me quickly do so. Welcome to everybody. I hope you can hear me. I hope you all can hear me. Let's see. Okay. Her Facebook is still up, but her Instagram has been deactivated, and her boyfriend, fiance, has also deactivated his Instagram account. Talk about partners in crime. Talk about Bonnie and Clyde. I need to plug in my laptop. It just gave me that signal that energy saver is on. You know what that means. Let me. Okay. It's getting very interesting. And yesterday, I hope you guys can hear me, honestly. Okay, let me go to the comments just to be sure that everybody can hear me. Yeah, I think okay, sound is perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Janice. Thank you for that. So yesterday we had quite an informative session here, and also a very personal one. We had so many people come in here and share their own personal stories with people that they know, people that were close to them, relatives that they lost to cancer. So this goes beyond social media clout. This is not about, oh, Blessing is just, an influencer, a social media personality, controversial personality, and yeah, she just wants to chase clout, hustle, make money. No, this is too personal. And it triggered so much in people. And so many people came here yesterday and really opened up and said things that really touched and just kind of like reopened our minds to know that this is just not content. This is not content. Oh, I mean, it's content because it looks like, okay, everybody's talking about it, but it digs deeper than just content on the surface. This is more or less palpable, like very, you can touch it, like personal, like it's close to home. People recognize stories like this, and it's looking like Blessing is stealing other people's stories, other people's genuine stories, stories that don't bring the best memories to them. She is stealing their stories, exploiting their pain to enrich herself. That's the personal part of it. And that's the part that I don't think many people want to forgive. And I don't think Blessing is going to bounce back from this. This is she went too far this time around. And it's the second time that she is doing such a stunt, carrying out such a stunt. And the first one, I think everybody just kind of like, okay, she has said sorry, she made a mistake. It was just a childish thing that she did, trying to claim another person's house as her own. And oh, that was just at the peak of my career. And I was just, doing social media. I got carried away and I've learned my lessons and I've grown, and I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to hurt someone. And all of that. I've grown as a woman. I'm older now. I've grown as a person. And so many people embraced her and just put it behind them. Like, okay, we all make mistakes. She has changed for the better. But to now do this years later, to now do this one is even worse. It's better you even say, it's better you claim somebody's house than to claim cancer. It's better you lie that this house is my own and it's not your own. It's better you claim this man is my husband, but he's not your husband. But to claim something like this, it's bizarre. This is the height of it. Like, this is, I think, the worst. Someone like Blessing. Blessing calls herself a relationship expert on social media, and women seriously go to her for relationship advice. I don't know if you guys understand. She counsels women. People actually see her as a professional, and I think she also did a course in it. Like, she actually has like a certificate to show for being a therapist or a relationship therapist or whatever she calls herself. And to be caught up in something like this, how did she come about this idea, make money quick scheme on social media? Because she has seen how compassionate people can be online to strangers. Someone would come on social media and share their personal travail, and you, as a maybe kind person, kind-hearted person, you don't want to see another human suffer or go through something that money could actually solve. Then you tell yourself, okay, you know what, it's just $10, let me just help, let me just give, and based on that, people like Blessing want to take advantage. People like Blessing will think, oh, those people, we have so many of them out there. They are so compassionate. I just need to cry and tell them I'm dying, and they're just going to give me their money. And everybody's just going to donate. I'm just going to put out my account details, and the money would flow in, and I'll just have money. And she really thought she was going to get away with this. Wow. Okay, there is a new development, and that's why I'm here. Unfortunately, Daddy Freeze has roped himself into this, and he's still even making things a bit worse for himself. He should have separated himself from after that interview that he had, so-called interview that he had with Blessing. But he did not. And now, everything that has played out between yesterday and today doesn't make him look good at all. He is not looking good at all. So, I'm going to play what happened yesterday. So, yesterday we were here. Let me just summarize a bit. Yesterday we were here and we played the interview between Daddy Freeze and Blessing CEO. Yeah. How we all listened to how he was defending her. He was covering up for her, clearly. He was speaking up for her. He was like her lawyer, letting her evade critical questions and trying to answer for her. We saw that clearly during that interview, and she got away with so much during that interview. But that interview for me yesterday just showed me that, okay, there is no full truth in what Blessing was saying about this whole cancer thing. But I was still feeling like, okay, there might be something. maybe not full-blown cancer, but I was thinking maybe she really had a lump or has a lump, and she went in for, a test, and they told her something. But I knew that it was not as bad as whatever she was selling online. And I also knew that she was fully aware, or I believed that she was fully aware of whatever her condition, because the entire time, Blessing has always maintained that, oh, I'm ignorant, I don't know this, I don't know that. But I just felt like Blessing is not a dummy like that. And I just felt like if truly there was something really wrong with her, that she knew exactly what was required of her, what they had advised her to do. I mean, the doctors, I just knew she knew. She wasn't as ignorant as she was portraying herself to be. But little did I know that I would get the shock of my life. After my live yesterday, I found out that Blessing went on Arise TV. She went on national TV. She granted another interview. When I first saw her seated there with the host of that program, I was like, whoa, this is a bold move. Like, oh, it's almost like you have nothing to lose, because no one would force you to come sit in front of the camera on national TV. For you to go there with your full chest. I was like, okay, let's listen. And I started playing. And I was like, no, no. And that's what I'm here to share with you guys. Hold on, guys. So that interview is what I'm going to play here, or part of it. We are going to play it. And I'm also, if we have time, we are also going to play how Daddy Freeze reacted to the interview. So I don't know which one even shocks me more, the interview with Arise TV or Daddy Freeze's reaction to that interview. Yeah, so I think we should just get started. Let's grab my report on social media. People can personally scrutinize. This is Blessing speaking. People that are reputable, people that want to check their hospitals, to do their necessary investigation. So I think we might just have to all migrate to YouTube, since I'm going to be playing lots of third-party content. You guys know how Facebook is. Facebook is no respecter of fair use. So I am going to migrate everybody over to YouTube. You will find us there. And we are live there. Just search Blessing Onjo, the analyst. You will find us, and we'll continue the conversation over there. Yeah? So that we can talk freely, play clips freely, and let me see. Hi, happy Easter, Jacqueline Conyas. Ilona, hello to you. Okay, guys, let's go to YouTube. See you guys over there. Bye. I think cancer is something anybody wants to like. Now, let's listen to Blessing. My report on social media. People can personally scrutinize, people that are reputable, people that want to check their hospitals, to do their necessary investigation. I don't think cancer is something anybody wants to lie about. Yeah, but if you say that people don't have a right to the privacy, your report, I think they are very entitled to, because they are donating to a cause. They must know that this cause does exist. Yes, like from the initial stage, I cried out on social media, not because I wanted money. I was genuinely concerned and worried. But you also said it was stage 4. Yeah, when that was what I was told. Who were you told that? That was what I was told. That's what my doctor told you. Yes, so that was why when I said stage 4, you could see that was. Okay, hold on. Listen to that again. She said her doctor told her. Yeah, when that was what I was told, genuinely concerned and worried. But you also said it was stage 4.
Yeah, well, that was what I was told.
Who were you told that?
That was what I was told.
That's what
my
doctor
report.
told you?
Yes. So that was when I said stage 4.
How did you know that it was stage 4? How did your doctor know that it was stage 4?
It's from the reports. When they do the biopsy. I don't know. I'm not a medical.
Okay, let me ask a doctor in the house, which is why I brought her in. Okay. So from what Blessing is saying, she discovered when the first time she went to the doctor, as she said, it was a lump and they told her it was non-cancerous, right?
Yes.
She goes back there 6, 7, 8 months.
Before I even play further, she said it was on the report. And now I'm going to play something for you guys. 3 days ago, on Dr. Freeze's live, she said the doctor did not tell her it was stage 4.
Sure. Okay. And it is cancer. But you say you don't know the stage. How come they say it's stage? You don't know the stage, but it is cancer. From the time you get that diagnosis, they will have told you it is 1, 2, 3. We have some. They would have told you that. So how come you don't know the stage? The stage was not written in the report.
Let me explain something to you. As somebody who understands cancer very well.
On the report.
As somebody who understands cancer.
Did you hear that? Blessing said the stage was not written on the report 3 days ago at Daddy Freeze. Let me play the remaining part of that video with Daddy Freeze because it's like 5 minutes long and I couldn't upload the whole 5 minutes here. So let me just quickly play it before we go back to the latest Arise TV interview. Listen.
Preliminary report.
Yes.
And what are you doing now? Are you getting a second opinion?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do, to be extra sure.
To be extra sure of the staging, see if there's any metastasis, and from my understanding of cancer, the treatment options that will be available for you. Okay. Did you at any point release publicly a diagnosis or hospital report?
No, I have not.
So that hospital report in circulation is from where?
Okay. So all of this will be addressed during that interview with Arise TV. But just to quickly pinpoint the part about the stage 4. On the 1st of April, Blessing CEO spoke with Daddy Freeze, and she said that the stage was not known and that the stage was not put on the report, although she had lied initially when she was pulling off her hair that it was stage 4, but she came on Daddy Freeze and she corrected that statement. She even apologized, or they told her, they advised her she would have to apologize to Nigerians for stating the stage when the doctor hadn't told her the stage. Let me play it again, then we'll go back to Arise.
Sure. Okay. And it is cancer. But you say you don't know the stage. How come they say it's stage? You don't know the stage, but it is cancer. From the time you get that diagnosis, they will have told you it is 1, 2, 3. We have some. They would have told you that. So how come you don't know the stage? The stage was not written in the report.
Let me explain something to you. As somebody who understands cancer very well.
On the report.
As somebody who understands cancer.
The stage was not written on the report. There was no stage on the report. Immediately, her lawyer, Daddy Freeze, jumped in and started to, let me explain to you as somebody. Let me play the rest of that.
Where she could get the proper diagnosis, because she clearly looks like she's sick. But coming out and saying it's stage 4, she has to take responsibility of what she says.
Yes.
She made mistakes. So, Blessing, you need to
apologize.
You need to apologize for saying a stage where you are not sure of or where you've not been diagnosed.
Absolutely.
You are a public figure that no matter how you feel.
Honestly, sorry.
And you are not responsible to DF alone. You are responsible to so many people. So we understand that you are a controversial
content creator, but this is a very serious thing. So for you to come out and say that, and it's not true, you need to be, it's hard for us.
She needs to accept full responsibility for what she did.
You need to take this responsibility
And let's go from there.
and make another video, not just on this live. Make another video to say, oh, this is the issue. I was only overwhelmed. I was scared. I didn't know what I'm expecting. That was why everything came out this way. That's number one. And number two,
nobody will trust you from this point on. If anything you say will become something else, because as a public figure, your first stage is to protect yourself. Think of protecting yourself first before coming out and saying something that's going to be detrimental to you and others close to you, because other people will be looking at Daddy Freeze funny because like Daddy Freeze defended you the first time it came out.
Daddy Freeze has
Understand?
been
Still as part of the committee.
That whether Blessing has cancer or not. Because if Blessing will find out.
So, like I said,
you bring them on, they'll come gentle.
Integrity, they said a good name is better than any money in this world. And so I'm big in integrity, okay? So you owe Nigerians, anybody abroad, anywhere, you owe everybody an apology. So probably you do a video, all right, to actually say, I don't have stage 4. Nobody told me I had stage 4 cancer.
I don't know the stage.
I don't know the stage. 1. Number 2, it was out of fear. I had to shave my hair.
So it was established during Daddy Freeze's live on the 1st of April that Blessing said she was overwhelmed. That was why she mentioned stage 4. Nobody told her stage 4. The doctors did not put it on the report. She was just emotional. That's why she came out and said stage 4. And they told her, okay, go and apologize. Everybody agreed. Then yesterday, Blessing went to Arise TV to say that the doctor told her that it is stage 4. Just 2 days later, 2 days after Daddy Freeze. Let me play Arise TV. So now let's leave Daddy Freeze and move forward to Arise TV. Arise TV is, for me, the final confirmation that Blessing is a bag of lies. She has nothing, like nothing. She doesn't even have anything from the doctor. She doesn't have a test report of her own, whether with a lump, without a lump, cancer, no cancer. She has nothing, like nothing to show. You guys are going to, maybe some of you already are aware of what she went there to show them, but it means she has nothing to show for whatever she claims she has.
On social media.
So this is Arise
People
TV.
can personally scrutinize people that are reputable, people that want to check their hospitals, to do their necessary investigation. I don't think cancer is something anybody wants to lie about.
Yeah, but if you say that people don't have a right to the privacy, your reports, I think they are very entitled to, because they are donating to a cause. They must know that this cause does exist.
Yes, like from the initial stage, I cried out on social media, not because I wanted money. I was genuinely concerned and worried.
But you also said it was stage 4.
Yeah, when that was what I was told.
Who were you told that?
That was what I was told.
That's
in
what
my
the doctor
report.
told you?
Yes, so that was why when I said stage.
You heard? She said her doctor told her that. So her stories keep changing.
How did they know that it was stage 4? How did your doctor know that it was stage 4?
It's from the report.
Whoa.
When they do the
She said it's on the report. Whereas 3 days ago or 2 days ago, well, from today, it's 3 days ago, she told Daddy Freeze and all the other women there that no, it was not on the report. I was just overwhelmed. They didn't tell me stage 4. And the women were telling her, you have to go apologize to Nigerians. But now she's on national TV saying that it's on the report. The doctor told me, hey, you see, when I was listening to this interview, I was feeling like, was I actually listening to a different Blessing CEO? Not the same CEO that was crying, I am dying, guys, I'm dying. I have stage 4 cancer. Look at my hair pulling off. My hair is already falling off. To another Blessing that went on Daddy Freeze saying, no, nobody told me stage 4. To a third Blessing saying, yes, doctor told me stage 4. Hey, God, I've never been so scammed. I wasn't financially scammed, but I was intellectually scammed by Blessing CEO, because the first video, I actually believed this girl had something.
See, I don't know. I'm not a medical. Okay, let me ask a doctor in the house, which is why I brought her in. Okay. So, from what Blessing is saying, she discovered when the first time she went to the doctor, as she said, it was a lump, and they told her it was non-cancerous, right?
Yes.
Back there, 6, 7, 8 months later, and that's how she discovered that it was cancer stage 4. So, for you, as a doctor, what are the procedures what would you like to ask her concerning how she got from that level to the stage 4 level?
First of all, I'm very interested to know what type of doctor you saw, because there's a lot of disparity that I don't expect in medical personnel.
Okay, what are disparities?
So first of all, when a patient comes to me and complains of a lump, I will not do a biopsy first. I will first do an imaging. So I'll tell you to either do an ultrasound scan if you're less than 40, you're 35, 40. Then if you're above 40, you can do a mammogram before we get to the biopsy. And if you then do a biopsy, depending on what we're suspecting based on your history, you either do a fine needle aspiration cytology or a core biopsy, right? And after that, even if, because what you're describing kind of sort of sounds like you did a fine needle aspiration cytology, right? Even at that, no doctor on the surface of this earth that is qualified would allow a patient to move around with a lump in their breast for 6 months, because you don't know. Even if you do a fine needle aspiration cytology, they can be false negative. There's a very high chance of it being false. So you can never tell unless you remove the lump and you do a proper biopsy of the lump.
So I find it very in her story.
So I find it very interesting that so I'm interested to know the type of doctor you saw. What type of doctor? It's an oncologist. Okay, so now fantastic. So I work in a teaching hospital.
So she said she saw an oncologist, and I know that these terms can be new for some of us who maybe don't know too much about this. So I kind of like, just for information purposes, we have what we call a pathologist and we have what we call an oncologist. So I'll just read what the explanation here says. A pathologist is a doctor who analyzes body tissues, cells, and fluids to figure out what disease is present. The person works mostly in a lab. He examines biopsies, blood samples, and tissues. He confirms whether something is cancerous or not. He identifies the type and the stage of cancer. He rarely interacts directly with patients. So he's just more or less somebody in the lab. They will collect your sample. They will take it to the lab, and that pathologist is the one that will do the research to check what is inside the lump. For example, in this case, is there cancer inside or not? That's all the pathologists do. The pathologist would not treat the lump. Now, if the pathologist determines that this lump carries cancer or cancer cells, and it's stage 1, stage 2, because probably they will check in combination with the mammogram, with the pictures and everything, they will check the lump. Yeah. Once it's confirmed, the oncologist is the one responsible for the treatment. They will send everything, the pathologist will send everything over to anyway, everything we get at the end of the day to the oncologist. Now, let me read what they say here, what is written here. An oncologist is a doctor who treats cancer and manages a patient's care. The oncologist works directly with patients. He creates treatment plans like chemo, radiation therapy, immunotherapy. He monitors progress and adjusts treatment. He supports patients through recovery. So think of an oncologist as the strategist or the doctor who fights the disease. And I think here also there's a brief, but I cannot read that one. It's very small. Oh, did this phone just die on me like this? Like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? So I'll come back and read that small. Wait, though. Okay. Wait, maybe it's even here on this phone. Just to read that small part, the summary of. Okay, so this is how they work together, how the pathologist works together with the oncologist. So a biopsy, number one, a biopsy is taken from a patient. Number two, the pathologist analyzes it and confirms cancer or no cancer. Number three, the oncologist uses that information to decide the best treatment. So the difference between a pathologist and an oncologist is that the pathologist is the one that will tell you whether you have cancer or you don't have cancer. The pathologist will not treat you. If they say you have cancer, if the pathologist says that you have cancer, God forbid, not your portion in Jesus' name, and may God bring healing to anybody going through it in Jesus' name. So if the pathologist determines that somebody has cancer, it's the oncologist that will then go ahead and plan the treatment and advise on which treatment is best for the kind of cancer the person has. So that's the difference. Blessing was telling us during this interview that the person that told her that she has cancer was an oncologist, which in the early stage or early stages of your testing, you don't even see an oncologist. So let me continue to play that interview. Blessing, chai. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong phone. So in the meantime, while I wait for this one to...
I just needed to unbody my heart. I don't want to disturb my parents because I don't want them to start panicking.
She came on social media to tell the world about stage 4 cancer, but she didn't want to tell her parents because she didn't want them to start panicking, according to her.
Sure.
Okay. And it is cancer. But you say you don't know the stage. How comes they say stage, you don't know the stage, but it is cancer? From the time you get that diagnosis, they will have told you it is 1, 2, 3. We have some, they would have told you that. So how come you don't know the stage?
The stage was not written in the report.
Let me explain something to you. As somebody who understands
There
cancer
was no
very
stage
well,
on the report.
as somebody who understands cancer.
Okay, guys, so let me just tell you what is going on here in the studio. My phone died. So what I've been playing for you all along, I've been playing from a device and that phone just died. So I'm trying to get it back up. So if anyone wants to call in right now, just go ahead and do so that we can have a brief conversation before. Let me see. Before we get our device up and running again.
I just needed to unbody my heart. I don't want to disturb my parents because I don't want them to start panicking.
Social media. Social media, oh, a case of social media is a case of he that lives in a glass house should not throw what? A stone. Okay? He that lives in a glass house should not throw stone. Okay, so it has come to my notice this morning. On a single thing I posted something on my page. The reason why I posted that on my page is
This phone
because
doesn't want to come up.
somebody is calling me out. The person where they call me out. My people say, do not talk to him, blah, 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 blah. Say if you go talk to them, he go be famous. I don't care whether you want to be famous. The sky is so big for everybody to fly. I will address the matter, okay? Let me address it for you so that you won't be playing and be behaving stupidly, okay? So someone sent me a message of
guys,
calling me out.
Hey, this one doesn't want to come
So
on.
compose this thing.
Like, this is not even funny now. This is not funny.
All right, I'm not going to go. So I just made a post about change mind, right? Now, first thing first, about this thing I played. This is me now calling on the Nigerian police force. This matter now is getting more interesting. Do you understand? So the Nigerian police, according to this post, this video, this boy confessed that he is involved. In fact, he's among those that is using Chidi Mike name to scam people. And he was arrested by Nigerian police. Okay, let me help you. Let me help you. This is free promo.
Guys, we're going to be right back in a minute.
To touch Nigerian police to investigate more. May God bless you on that one. This one where you talk here is Zone 2, Lagos. He was arrested. He was charged to court. So when you posted that video, I had to post the one where they put an anchor, which is the last one where I post, so that you will not stress too much and make it not be like say that movie, because you know say they say they do movie. That movie.
You know, when they do the biopsy, I don't know. I'm not a medical.
Let me go to the doctor.
So I'm very interested to know what type of doctor you and do an ultrasound scan. If you're less than 40 and 35, 40, then if you're above 40, you can do a mammogram before we get to the biopsy. And if you then do a biopsy, depending on what we're suspecting based on your history, you either do a fine needle aspiration cytology or a core biopsy, right? And after that, even if, because what you're describing kind of sort of sounds like you did a fine needle aspiration cytology, right? Even at that, no doctor on the surface of this earth that is qualified would allow a patient to move around with a lump in their breast for 6 months, because you don't know. Even if you do a fine needle aspiration cytology, there can be false negative. There's a very high chance of it being false. So you can never tell unless you remove the lump and you do a proper biopsy of the lump.
So what I did?
So I find it very
in her story.
So I find it very interesting that so I'm interested to know the type of doctor you saw. Was it what type of doctor? It's an oncologist. Okay, so now fantastic. So I work in a teaching hospital. We don't send patients to an oncologist unless you have a biopsy, core biopsy result.
So I'm sure you guys know exactly how they pinned her there. She claimed she had gone to see an oncologist, and you only see an oncologist when you're starting treatment or when the treatment is ongoing. But in her case, she has told us that she doesn't even know what they want to do. They just want to open her up to check how far the thing has spread and also to remove the affected boob, right?
Because usually you start with a general surgeon. General surgeon will establish the fact that it is cancerous. And oncologist is not the first person. Based on the fact that you even said, the person said it is not cancerous, no doctor will send you. That's why I'm interested to know the doctor. No doctor will send you to an oncologist with a non-malignant result.
Like I said, you go into the hospital. I noticed a lump on my boobs.
Was it Lagos or Enugu? Because I
was in Enugu.
Okay.
So I went into the hospital.
Was it a teaching hospital?
No, it wasn't a teaching hospital. It was a private hospital.
Okay, and it has an oncologist. That private hospital has an oncologist.
Let me explain.
Okay.
So walking into the hospital, you go to a normal doctor. I don't even know what they're called, but you went to a doctor, he examined, he found the lumps.
Okay.
That was when he said, let's do a biopsy. I don't know what a biopsy is.
Without an imaging?
No.
That's very strange.
No imaging, because is that possible?
It's not possible.
Hey.
It's not possible. Because biopsy is very invasive. Nobody will grab your breast and just do a biopsy without an imaging.
Imaging.
Was it the left breast or the right breast?
The left breast.
Okay.
Okay. So they didn't do an imaging. They just said go for a biopsy. It was when I went for the biopsy. It took about by
Was
then.
it painful?
What was the biopsy process like?
Yes. What was the process like?
Explain to us.
I think they put in. I think they gave me the little. I don't know if it's anesthesia to like numb.
Guys, remember yesterday we played the interview with Daddy Freeze when they asked that this same question, whether they gave her something to numb the pain. Remember, she couldn't answer. What did she say? Oh, it wasn't painful. She evaded answering that question. But all of a sudden now, she can mention anesthesia. All of a sudden, because she already gathered that information during Daddy Freeze's live to use now to strengthen her position in her story. So she's just collecting information along the way, as she goes, to give her story body. So it's not really her story. This is not her story. This did not happen to her, because if all of this happened to her, her story would have been consistent. She would have just said all these things during Dr. Freeze's live or Daddy Freeze's live, but she did not. But now she learned these things there, and she's using that information on national TV.
Pain a little bit, then an incision close to the nipple.
And what came out?
That's not the procedure. We don't do an incision.
I don't know, but something went into my.
Okay, so
my results are
here. You saying that's false? It's not possible to.
No.
She said, my results are here. And I became very interested at that point in time. I became highly interested and I was glued to my phone. She said, my results are here, with her full chest. Because that would have been the game changer. And you'll be shocked to find out the result this girl presented.
Yeah, it's not sounding like a fine needle. It's not sounding like a core biopsy. It's not sounding like a fine needle. We use a needle. It's a needle.
This one is like how do I put it? I really call it a machine. I don't know the right terms.
No, Blessing, you're mixing things up. We don't use machine for biopsy as well.
Blessing did not have any biopsy to start with. She doesn't even know the processes or the process of going through a biopsy. Blessing didn't do one. She must have watched some animations on YouTube. She's talking about a machine, but a doctor sat there telling her, no, we don't use machines. It's a needle. Blessing said, she must have, you know how they do animations? They would exaggerate the thing they are putting inside your body. They would kind of like, just for you to visualize it, working and going in. So she's just, Blessing. She just, let's just listen.
Procedure. We used a needle.
Something went into my boobs. They brought out some I think they said
what part of your boobs? Was it
Exactly,
your
what type
nipple,
of
or
your
was it?
the lump was found under my boobs. It moves sometimes. Sometimes it looks as if it beeps. And so I think around that place, I think they said they bring out, I don't know if there's particle of the lumps or thereabout. That's what they say. Yeah, they took for the biopsy. I'm not.
Sorry, is that
Maybe a pin.
No, it's
medically feasible?
no, it's a long needle.
Maybe
And
that's
it
what
has a trigger.
What's the
It's like
size
a
of the
mini
needle?
gun.
What's the size of the needle they used for you? If you're going to estimate it,
How do I
is it like 2
explain
inches
it?
long, 1 inch long? How was the needle?
I was lying down, so not like you're seeing exactly what is happening. And I'm not in the medical term, so I don't want to say the
Listen, I'm
things
sorry
that...
to say this, right?
Oh my God.
You, I saw that you studied economics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. I, interesting enough, I dropped econs for further maths because economics was very, very detailed and very, very... So as someone that studied econs, I would expect you that if you have a life-threatening diagnosis, you should know it in and out because when I see patients with chronic medical conditions, they know their condition in and out. Like sometimes they even know new
Bleach my report.
because they are trying to survive. I find it very strange that you are mixing radiologists, oncologists. I feel like it's something you should know. It is
No, it's not something I should know because cancer is not something I am aware about. I've said it
no,
over
but
and
you've
over
been
again.
given this. It's been 2 weeks since you came out to talk about this, and you mentioned stage 4. That was the first video I ever saw from you.
Yes, that was
stage
the-
4. How did they come about that stage 4?
I'm not supposed to know, so maybe at this point
It
we are
is your
going to be...
life.
That's what I'm trying to say. At this point, we're going to be asking the medical doctor. So when this whole shenanigans came out on social media, everybody just say, let's get...
When this whole shenanigans came out on social, no, when you brought out this whole shenanigans, you see how pathological liars try to just shift things to others. The way she was saying, yeah, that's your own whatever, trying to blame someone's understanding of the things that she put out there.
a second and a third option.
Okay, so let me say
did you know it was
something.
stage 4?
Exactly, how did you know it was
did
stage?
you
Because
know
you
it was
seemed
stage
quite
4
confident
analysis?
with that stage 4.
Because that was what I was told. I'm not a medical
How is it
doctor.
possible to say you have stage 4?
It was that same Enugu doctor.
Yes.
Is it on your report?
Exactly.
Can you show the doctor?
Yes, I'm interested to
would
see.
share.
So this is your stage 4 report. Is it the doctor that told you that it was stage 4?
Yes, the
By the time you went there,
Whoa, she said it. Yes, it's the doctor. But during Daddy Freeze, she clearly said that no, doctor did not tell her stage 4. It's not on the report. But now on national TV, yes, it is stage 4. The doctor told me it is stage 4. Wow.
Yes.
But what,
just based on seeing you was when he calculated that it was stage 4.
I do not know them. I don't want to say.
what do you understand? Because if someone tells me something, right, I would go and read up on it. Right. So what did you understand by stage 4? Because I'm assuming that you don't want to die, right? So if someone tells you stage 4, it sounds advanced, right? Or you don't know that.
Yeah, that's the reason why I broke out on social media.
Social media to
but how did
answer
you
the
get
question
stage 4?
for you. What was social media? What was your goal on social media?
Now, as a medical practitioner, when they tell you have cancer, it's already traumatic alone.
Okay.
I didn't even have the guts to go and start reading. In fact, the major reason I came on social media was I wanted to see people who have experienced the same thing.
Yeah. But you brought out your account details. Look at how she was talking with her full chest.
The big question is how did you conclude that it was stage 4?
Exactly.
Did the doctor just look at you and say, oh, this is stage 4?
She's willing to share the report.
That is what I was
Allow
told.
the doctor to look at it.
That was
Okay,
what
the
I
doctor
was
can look
told.
at it.
Yes, I'm very interested.
Can she look at it?
I want to give kudos to this lawyer because a lawyer was also there. The man in this audio that you guys are listening to is a lawyer. While all the ladies were chatting, and Blessing was trying to distract them, this man was like, why don't you show the doctor your report? She has the report. Let her show the doctor her report. He kept, I was like, yes, that's all we need. All this plenty talk. Let us see what they put on that report, that Blessing's report.
But I was.
And let me ask you, as a lawyer, if someone publicly claims
It's interesting that you're...
So now the doctor wants to tell us what she saw in the report. Blessing has handed over her report to the doctor. Let's hear what the doctor has to say.
It's the same results to me because Dr.
Gooi deze spullen niet weg.
So
because
adverts came in.
Daarvan. Wist je dat er een dienst is die al je oude spullen binnen 7...
degree, the pathologist that signed this report, because of course we have
Is this the same report as the one that was...
Yes, the pathologist that signed this result lives in Asaba. And I'm a doctor, of course. I can trace any doctor in Nigeria. And I called him on Tuesday.
Sorry,
and he knows
so is that the same report?
Yes, it's the same result. It's the same result that is going around social media. And this particular pathologist said he knows nothing about this.
So first of all, I don't know if I should say, where is Vicky? Okay, maybe towards the end of the program, I'll bring them. Vicky was here yesterday, and Vicky was insisting that Blessing had forged her report. Remember, guys, for those of you who watched yesterday's live stream. And I was actually still giving Blessing the benefit of the doubt by saying, well, Blessing did not post that forged report. There was a report in circulation. Let me also brief us on that. The report contains Blessing's name, contains Blessing has cancer and all those things, yeah? Just to convince people that Blessing truly had cancer. But Blessing wasn't the one that posted that report. Blessing claimed during Dr. Freeze's live that she had sent that report to a certain blogger. And that she said she sent her own report to a blogger. But the blogger started to circulate, and now they were like blaming the blogger for maybe twisting or changing names or whatnot. Now, a certain family came out and said the report being circulated as Blessing's report is actually not Blessing's report. It carries her name, but the details show the details of our sister who is going through cancer, stage 4 at the moment. And that sister of theirs is friends with Blessing, or was friends with Blessing. And that sister had sent Blessing her report. Just continue to follow how all of this is playing out. Before all the social media brouhaha about cancer and Blessing, Blessing had spoken with that lady. That lady has cancer and said, oh, I found a lump. Can you share your report with me? Let me compare with what I have, what, all the stories. And that lady sent her report to Blessing. Now, Blessing edited the report and put her name on it and sent it to a blogger, and the blogger posted it. So the family of that lady came out because they recognized the details. They came out and said, no, Blessing, you're a thief. This is not your report. This is our sister's. Blessing said, well, I am not responsible for that report. That is not what I never posted that report. I don't even know that report. I didn't even see the report you're talking about. I didn't post it. And I was here yesterday saying, well, Blessing truly did not post that report on her page. So we can't blame her for being the one that forged that report that is circulating. Somebody else may have done it and put her name on it. We can't hold her responsible. I was here saying it. But lo and behold, Blessing went on national TV and submitted that same report. That same report that was forged, that contains the details, the medical details of her friend, someone she knows, whose family has now said they are going to sue her. Blessing submitted that same report on national TV as her own, not knowing that the doctor present there during that live stream had already contacted the doctor whose name was written, or the pathologist whose name was written on that report. Blessing claims that she got her report from Enugu. But that doctor doesn't work in Enugu. That doctor works in Asaba. And the original owner of that report lives in Asaba. So you guys are following how dubious all of this is. So before I continue to play this Arise TV interview, let's just flash back to Daddy Freeze's interview about this forged document. Listen, guys. So we are going 3-4 days back to the blessing of 4 days ago with Daddy Freeze.
That whether blessing has cancer or not, because if blessing we find
Okay,
out
I'm going to play this one.
Facility where she can get the proper diagnosis, because she clearly looks like she's sick, but coming out and saying it.
Mistake. So, Blessing, you need to.
No, not this one.
Absolutely.
You are a public, but this is a very, not just on this life.
Yeah, as a public figure, your first. So, like I
think as part of the committee that whether blessing has cancer or not, because if blessing we find out that.
So, like I said,
you bring them on their own gentle.
You know,
oh wait, I think it's this one. Yeah, this
was
one.
A preliminary report.
Listen, guys.
And what are you doing now? Are you getting a second opinion?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do, to be extra sure.
To be extra sure of the staging, see if there's any metastasis, and from my understanding of cancer, the treatment options that will be available for you. Okay. Did you at any point release publicly a diagnosis or hospital report?
Mm-hmm.
No, I have not.
No, I have not. Okay.
So that hospital report in circulation is from where?
Mm-hmm.
I only sent it to one person.
I only sent it to one person.
The preliminary report I told you about.
So you only sent it to
one person in confidence.
And who's the person?
I don't know the person's name. I think the person is a blogger.
She said, I don't know the person's name. I think the person is a blogger. Okay. Just like that. She sent it to the blogger. Although Blessing has been claiming, well, you can't hold me responsible because I never shared anything. I didn't post anything on my own Instagram. I didn't post anything on my own Facebook. But she sent it to a blogger. For what? So that the blogger would post. So that the blogger would post on her behalf. Let's continue to play.
Okay. So you sent it to a blogger in confidence. Did you authorize the blogger to publish this preliminary report?
No, I did not.
Are you going to take legal action?
I will.
Oh, wow. Because if you say you sent a personal report to a blogger and didn't authorize the blogger to publish your personal report, I would think it would be an infringement. I may be wrong. Lawyers in the house, up to you. It would be an infringement on your right to privacy. Okay. Now, what about a similar report that seems to be doctored? What do you have to say about that other report?
That seems to be doctored.
Yes, because I was looking at the two of them. There was one with your name and another one with another name. Oh, gosh, I wish I could find it. Hold on a second.
So basically, she sent the doctored report to the blogger. It wasn't the blogger that edited that report. The blogger received that report with Blessing's name on it. And that's the same report that Blessing took to national TV. Let's continue to just listen to, 3 days ago before she went on national TV.
With a name Mbara Deborah. And 44-year-old Mbara Deborah, and it was like that preliminary report you released. Do you have any knowledge of that at all?
No, I don't.
I
don't.
Okay. Another question I wanted to ask was, you said stage 4, and many people assumed that it was stage 4 cancer that you were talking about. Can you throw any light on that? If you said the report was preliminary, and you are not yet sure of staging, why did you type stage 4? Because that got a lot of people confused.
Maybe it was ignorant.
She said maybe it was ignorance. But 3 days later, she went on national TV and said, well, I said stage 4 because the doctor said I had stage 4. I said stage 4 because it is written on my report. But 3 days earlier, she told Daddy Freeze it was ignorant. So why didn't she immediately tell Daddy Freeze, yeah, I said stage 4 because that's what I was diagnosed with. So who is going to now argue with me that Blessing is not lying about having cancer?
When they tell you about cancer, they exaggerate it. They tell you what to expect. Because once you're being talked about cancer, they have to do the opening up, knowing how far it has spread.
She said they have to do the opening up to know how far it has spread. But they don't open people up to be investigating, to be doing CIA inside your body. They don't do it. Medicine is so advanced now that you have different ways of looking into someone's body without physically invading their body. In engineering, we call it like NDT in our own case. Anyways, not in medical terms. It's non-destructive testing. But in the medical sense of matters, imagine, okay, you've broken a leg, like someone said yesterday, then they would have to open that your leg to know exactly which bones, which direction, no. That means they will be cutting people up like bread and cake every day just to ascertain what is inside your body. Do you guys understand? But that's what Blessing was saying to Daddy Freeze. But let's continue to listen before.
Panicked. Because it was when, people started saying stage 4, stage 4.
Can you imagine? How can you lie? And 3 days later, you're telling another lie. She said it was when people now started telling her stage 4, that she also now just believed, okay, let me jump on stage 4. But 3 days later, she didn't say it was people that made her say stage 4. She said, no, my doctor told me it's stage 4. Blessing, you're finished. Blessing CEO is finished.
I didn't necessarily know what to expect.
I didn't know what to expect.
So maybe it was out of fright, it was out of anxiety. But nobody lied about anything.
Nobody lied about anything. She blamed it on ignorance, on fright, on anxiety, right? Okay.
Absolutely not. Nobody would come and tell lies about such, previous sickness.
Let us talk about you shaving your hair. What led to that?
I tell you what to expect. Your hairs are going to fall.
So it's not like your hair was falling out.
No, they tell you what to expect. Your hair is falling out. So it's better you prepare.
Blessing she's a professional liar.
So I think people just enjoy, should I say, propaganda through jabs and read into everything.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't.
So now we are going back to Arise TV interview. where she presented that report.
Because they are trying to survive.
This is your real report. So that's the
Wow.
report that we saw last week. That Blessing you claim you didn't post on your Instagram page, on your social media page. It's the same report that guy.
Yes,
the guy that you saw on the video.
So Vicky was here yesterday saying that, oh, the family of the actual patient is coming after Blessing. And I was here saying, well, this and that, how can they hold Blessing responsible for posting a report that carries her name? Anybody could have put Blessing's name on it. You know, they can trace it back to Blessing. I was sitting down here because I just love to go with things I can prove. But sometimes you just have to go with, common sense, more or less. But now, for her, now I can really prove it. Now it's no more me suspecting. Now it's no more me thinking, well, maybe she's behind that report circulating. Now it's me confirming, seeing her hold that same report in her hands on national TV. You see the difference? So actually, the people telling me about it yesterday, they were fully correct and aware that this girl is a liar. She is the mastermind behind all the things on social media, the fake reports. She did it, not the blogger.
They have not been able to show us. It's the same report he printed. So this is your real report. So that's the what happened to the brother of the girl who claims that this report was forged.
I don't know who the person is.
So it's not a fake report.
No, it's not a fake.
But the brother of the girl that you just saw just now says this report is his sister's report.
It's not. And this doctor stays in
So are you saying, and number one, you're saying it's you don't know that man. Number two, you're also saying you didn't post this report
I didn't.
to the guy who just spoke on social media.
Absolutely.
But for some coincidence or some funny reason, the reports tally. The report the guy posted and the report here, they are totally the same. Word for word.
This doesn't tell us that it's stage 4.
But you are not even saying the
And the report doesn't also say that she has stage 4. Blessing is such an idiot. Blessing is so foolish. This one now is not about Blessing being a professional liar. Blessing is not a smart liar. Blessing is proving her own lies with lies. Blessing sat there and told them koro face to face that, you know what, my doctor told me I have stage 4 cancer. They put it on the report. That's why I said I have stage 4 cancer. And then they said, okay, let's see the report. And she gave them the report. The report doesn't say stage 4 cancer. The doctor doesn't, he doesn't work in Enugu. He doesn't practice in Enugu. Blessing went there and fooled herself, finished herself.
Pathologist whose name is there.
The pathologist
whose name is there said he doesn't
lives in Asaba and he doesn't know anything about it.
So let's not say about that.
No, so the way it works is that, in medicine, there are different fields, right? So the process for a person that comes with a breast lump, you don't know what it is. So the first stage is to go for imaging. You come back from imaging. Right now, the modality is to do a biopsy, fine needle aspiration biopsy. Even if it comes out benign, you have to take out the lump. You cannot go because you can't be very sure
from the
yes, because
that is whether she wanted it or not.
That is not your choice, unless you discharge yourself against or you do it against medical advice. It's not likely. You cannot come to me and you said you're not ready unless you're not medically fit. Maybe you're very sick, you're pregnant, you're not medically fit. But it's a if they're thinking it's benign, it's a simple surgery. It's not invasive.
Okay.
It's a day surgery. Some people go home that same day. They do go home that same day.
No, but you see, right now it is they are conflicting. There's already inconsistency. Because on one hand, you are showing her the same report that was displayed last week. Blessing, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You're showing her the same report that was playing last week. Meanwhile, you're saying you're not the one that sent it to that.
I have not seen the result.
But there was a screenshot.
Yes. So like I
so
said,
you have another report.
Everybody says, okay, go for an open option. So I went to LUTH.
She still carried her full chest and went to LUTH. LUTH is Lagos University Teaching Hospital. So now she has left Enugu to go to Lagos because that the freeze gave her confidence that, you know what, we are going to just forget that report you have from Enugu. We don't need to look at it. We don't need to go back into the report. Let's forget it. Maybe it is a false negative or false positive. Let's just focus on going for a second opinion. So now she's feeling like, okay, everybody will just start afresh. Nobody will question her claims, and she would just, go to LUTH or go to wherever to, with her full chest, going to LUTH with lies. But let's listen to what she brought back from LUTH.
Cancer center, to do the same stuff. So they gave me a couple of.
What did they do?
I did my whole stuff. So they asked me to
what
do.
Are the stuff? Because you need to be more.
She is very vague. And that's exactly how she got away on Daddy Freeze's live. And he covered up for her. I did my stuff. They did the whole thing.
To be very, very specific now, please.
I'm not a medical doctor.
You can't say that. You can't. Exactly. It's life-threatening. You can't say that.
So,
yes.
So these are the tests I'm running.
So maybe when the
test... not that you have run.
No, they just asked me to.
So by stage 4, shouldn't you have already run those tests?
They didn't ask me to run this, so it is not my fault.
I know, but I'm curious as to how you came to stage 4 conclusion.
That was what I was told.
Without any tests being done.
I mean, this doesn't prove anything, unfortunately, because...
What's that report that you have?
It just says it states a series of tests that she should carry out.
If what?
It's just a series of tests, chest x-ray, that we do to confirm metastasis, right? Mm-hmm. But this is not solid enough because I can enter LUTH right now and write anybody's name and write this series of tests, right?
The result is not out.
This is not a result, exactly. So results will be more, exactly.
So let the result come out. I can now come back and show it to you people.
Okay, first I want to ask, because right now, the area is still very grey, and I really think that we need to dig deeper. Because cancer is not a joke. So I want to ask you, in there, if someone publicly claims a serious illness,
presented a medical report to us, she has obliged us, and you notice I was very interested in having the doctor look at it. The doctor has confirmed that, to the best of our knowledge, substantial facts in that document is not correct. The most relevant being the name of the doctor. A medical report is only a report if it's authenticated by a doctor,
which the doctor has denied.
Yes, the moment it is like the judgment of a court. If I matter that is trivial, this is a matter that has serious implications. This is a matter that even the medical doctor,
that's a lawyer talking now,
whose name has been associated, may file an action for defamation. Specific on what the money is required for, without substantiating the purpose for which that money is raised. So you owe the public an explanation. It is not enough to say, I cannot put out my reports, right? People have donated money. I don't know how much it is, but people have donated money. They deserve some accountability. They deserve a cogent response. And for me, at this moment, I am not satisfied. She said she has gone to LUTH. At this time, LUTH has recommended tests. LUTH has not made a diagnosis. No. The evidence she has shown to prove the diagnosis has been discredited. So my conclusion as the lawyer at this material time is that the claim of a cancer diagnosis has not been established.
Okay. We're going on the break. So let's leave this on the high note first. We're going on the break. We'll see you right back. Grab a cup of tea. Don't go anywhere. See you right back on Perspectives. Welcome back to Perspectives here on Arise News. We were talking about showing the screenshots of where Blessing showed the victim.
I saw it.
You saw the screenshots?
I have it in the phone.
Okay.
Let me see this one.
We were talking about showing the screenshots of where Blessing showed the victim.
I saw it.
You saw the screenshots?
I have it in the phone.
Okay, do you have it on your phone?
My battery has gone.
Okay, so you saw it and you saw it as well. So it's not like we are lying.
No, maybe I'll search for it. You know, there are too many things on.
Yeah, but there was a screenshot of this video, of this picture.
Okay.
In response to this picture image you sent to him, where he said, "Wow." I know the two of you saw it.
It's identical to this image.
And it's identical to this one. So my issue is, how did he get hold of
exactly,
it? If you say you don't know him or you didn't communicate, did you even communicate with him in the first place?
We chatted on the DM.
So did you send him any screenshot of your whatever?
Blessing is claiming she didn't send the blogger a picture of her report. She's saying that she did not send the blogger a picture of her report. But when she was on Daddy Freeze, she said she only sent it to one person. She thinks the person is a blogger, which I also analyzed here, saying that why did you send it to the person? You wanted the person to post it, right? But here, Blessing said no, she didn't send it. Blessing, how many lies can you tell in a week? This one is Blessing CEO challenge. Blessing CEO lie challenge. Opposing lies. I have it, I don't have it. I did it, I didn't do it. They said it, they didn't say it. I sent it, I didn't send it. Hey! Whoa.
It's so unfortunate that they can't find this, but like you both of you said, you saw the screenshot.
Yeah, I'll find it after the show.
Okay, but let's start. I don't elaborate on that. There was a post that you also said to one of your distractors, Saja Board or something, where you said, even if it takes you 3 months, 2 months, whenever you're ready, you will come back and attack. And that made me question that a cancer stage 4 patient, you should have a time frame, a realistic time frame of recovery. So when you said 3 months, I'm thinking, do you think it's going to take 2-3 months to overcome cancer?
I think one of the
stage 4.
So while she was claiming that she has cancer, she needs money to treat her cancer, she was still doing saga with VDM, doing saga with CMC, doing saga with Saida Botch, saying, God will punish you, I will arrest you, let me come for you. You know, you that you are a Yahoo boy, sleeping with married women, I will come for you. And then, when she did saga with Saida Botch, she told Saida Botch, just give me 2-3 months. When I'm done with this cancer thing, when everything is over, I will come for you. So that's what the woman was asking her. How did you come about the time frame? Is it like after 3 months, you believe your stage 4 cancer would be over? Because you actually mentioned that the girl should just give you 2-3 months to be done with this cancer thing. So this whole thing is content for Blessing, which she maybe has a timeline that, okay, let me carry on with this for 2 months, chase clout, and then after 2 months, I'll come out and say, possibly. Because she knows that, okay, I will do this latest 3 months, I will be done with this nonsense. And then I will go back to my normal saga content or whatever she does. You see? But she couldn't even answer that question. But let me play this one.
Expect me to react a certain way, which I'm learning. That is not my...
No, Blessing, I'm not talking about your reaction. I'm talking about the estimation of time that you give for your healing.
How did you calculate the healing?
You said what said something 3 months, 2 months. And I'm thinking, if you have
I'll have your time in 2 to 3 months when I'm better.
Yeah, when I'm better.
She said, when I'm better, I will have your time in 2 to 3 months when I'm better. So in her mind, she will be better in 2 to 3 months. Stage 4 cancer.
I think it's cancer stage 4.
How did you know?
We're talking about years, not months.
I think people are just really meaning into every statement that I'm making. Okay. Can I say something? Based on the fact that you said that you're a very vocal person, which I agree with, when you did your cosmetic surgery, which Nigerians generally stigmatize, right? And they frown on the BBL? Yes. Okay. And they frown on, right? You were very vocal. You showed us when you were on the bed, your process, your healing. So I'm wondering, I don't know if you know this, but 16,000 to 24,000
women die every year from breast cancer. So I'm wondering why you're not using this opportunity to create proper, clear awareness, because most of these women that are dying in Nigeria, it is from late diagnosis, it is from poor diagnosis, it is from them thinking that it is spiritual. So I'm wondering why you're not using this avenue. And I'm also curious, do you still have the lump in that left breast as we speak right now?
Thank you for this question. I have not been given the opportunity. Like I said, maybe it came off controversial, or maybe because there was an account number that was put out there. I think that was where the whole drama started from.
Which I also have a question about, because I deal with cancer patients all the time. Funny enough, breast cancer, and unfortunately, my patient still died 2 days ago. So I understand the thought process of a typical cancer patient. So usually, what you didn't have a treatment plan. How did you know how much you were going to spend? Because I know you have a Benz, right, which is quite expensive. You have a car, you have properties. So why was the account number the first thing you put forward? Most cancer patients don't know how much they're going to spend, right? And they exhaust their phone. Bear in mind that you don't even know the stage. What if it's stage 1? That you probably won't spend more than maybe 10 million. And you can afford 10 million.
Perfect question. My account number was not the first thing that was put out.
It was put out that same day.
No, it wasn't put out that same day.
I saw it that same day.
No, absolutely not. In fact, the first video that was put out was me.
Okay,
crying.
so where was it?
Yeah, but how did you know?
I think that was like.
How did you
Yes,
know?
what was your target? What was your target?
I didn't actually put an amount. I just put out my account number.
What was your target?
What influenced the decision?
Exactly. That's exactly what I want to explain.
Decision to put it out.
Exactly. When I cried out, the first thing I did, they said, first of all, when they are doing your.
Who was this day? Is it still this Enugu doctor?
First of all, when they are doing your, maybe when they want to take out your books or thereabout, it was exaggerated. So I'm going to say
What was exaggerated?
A misinformation, because they're saying if they check your left breast, it would have spread to the right.
Yes, necessarily spread to the right.
Because you can't tell.
That's what I'm saying. These are diagnoses.
But you didn't do it. You didn't even do an imaging. So how today?
How does you know how?
Exactly. It's not based on assumption
and information that was passed to me.
I'm just wondering, what was your target amount? Because now, if your treatment, let's assume your treatment for this stage 4 happens to be 40 million, right? And you have been given maybe 150 million. What happens to that remaining money? So what was your target? Because when people set up GoFundMe, right, they put a target, right? They'll say, okay, $10,000, we're trying to raise 20 million. Well, you can't just put an account. Yes, you can't just put an account and just keep collecting money indefinitely.
And that's what I'm trying to explain.
I don't understand that
number
part.
didn't come up. The first video.
But it still came up.
Let me explain. The first video that came up was me trying to get clarity. The second video was me now. People saying, oh, cancer is going on. The first video was me putting out my car for sale. The third video was me putting out my...
Which you had zero intention selling. All of that was just part of that strategy to lock people in emotionally. Oh, she wants to sell her property. Oh my God. Of course, Blessing would not sell her car because there's nothing wrong with Blessing. It was all part of the plan. She brought out her account number that day. She did all these things on that day. Shaved her hair, went live, pulled out her hair. I want to sell my car in one day. Account number. She rushed through it. She said she came live the first time because she wanted clarity. 2 months after your diagnosis. You got your diagnosis in January. And the first time you came live to talk about this was in March. So which clarity were you coming on social media to get 2 months later? And then at the same time, you posted your account number. So it wasn't really clarity you were coming to look for. It was money you came to look for on social media. And that is where everything actually spoiled for you. Because that money made people feel like, okay, if you had just come out with the story of cancer, okay, feel sorry for me, okay, let me get attention, maybe people wouldn't have raised eyebrows. But the moment they saw that you were collecting money, people were like, wait, we have to be sure that this lady who calls herself the queen of controversy is not just cooking this one up for the sake of controversy. That was actually the number one problem you had, that your account number. Not knowing how much you needed. So people should just be donating. Just continue donating. Just continue donating endlessly and indefinitely. You're a thief, Blessing. You are a thief. There was no treatment plan. They didn't tell you. You don't have it on paper where they said, Blessing, this is what you are going to do. The report you showed doesn't even belong to you. It's someone else's report. So what were you collecting money for? Let's continue to play.
House for say my personal belongings.
Okay. Have you sold them at this time?
I didn't get. You don't get buyers immediately because they are quite high.
Okay.
Yes. So it was when I put it out. That was when friends said, "Why do you have to sell your property when you finish this treatment? When do you want to come back to? Just put an account number. Anything one can raise." I didn't specify any amount. No exaggerated.
Sorry, Blessing. Are you willing to admit, for the sake of transparency, are you willing to admit to Nigerians that at this time, your cancer diagnosis has not been medically confirmed?
Exactly.
But you are in the process of confirmation. But at this time,
That's what I'm saying. I am giving. We are getting like a second opinion and a third opinion.
No, but the first opinion has been discredited. Are you willing to concede?
Does she agree that the first opinion has been discredited?
And this is where Daddy Freeze is coming short. This is the problem Daddy Freeze is having. Daddy Freeze, you cannot go to the first floor without climbing that staircase. You have to start from the foundation before you go up. This is why Daddy Freeze is very, very subjective when it comes to this case and to Blessing CEO. Because Blessing is saying now, I'm just going for the second opinion and third opinion. What happens to that first opinion you claim is the whole motivation behind you collecting money, talking about stage 4? We want to be sure of that. It's very important. But Daddy Free said, no, it's not important, because let's just forget that one and let's just move forward and go and check whether she truly has cancer. Let's forget. No, don't forget about it. Because whose time do you want to be wasting to be volunteering, to be setting up committee, to be going with her to go and do second and third opinion when there is no need for that? Resources, money, and time that people could have actually put in other things. They will be looking for second and third opinions where there is no first opinion. Daddy Freeze. Like, really? You're supposed to test the first opinion first. If there is no first opinion, there is no need to be looking for second and third opinions. Daddy Freeze. What kind of logic is that? Blessing is your friend. Is it about friendship here, or is it about integrity after Blessing has collected money from people? It's a shame. It's a very big shame. But we'll get to Daddy Freeze because we are still going to listen to his reaction to this Arise News interview.
On the show,
are you willing to concede that having gone to LUTH, tests having been recommended, you are waiting a medical statement that you have cancer? As at this time, that statement has not been medically made. Are you willing to concede?
Yes,
for the sake of accountability.
Yes, I will. Okay.
Now, are you willing to also agree that Nigerians who are empathetic to you can hold on with the donations until
the donation has actually been...
The question I want to ask about the donations is that if it has been proven that you're either telling a lie or rather that you're telling what you said is not true, are you willing, first and foremost, are you willing to refund the monies that were given to you?
Why?
Because as it is now, if you weigh the probabilities, there is a higher ratio of disbelief than belief.
Wrong diagnosis is not something that is strange.
Yeah, but you see,
assuming there was even a diagnosis.
Well, the thing is that the results that she showed, it says second opinion. It hasn't written them second opinion.
So it means that she has had two opinions that have insisted that it's cancer.
Exactly.
So that means she's still standing by her ground that it is cancer.
And the report is not even her own. The report is not even her own.
No, she's not.
Yes, that's the reason why I said
by her ground.
we are doing a second opinion.
Are you not standing by your ground?
I'm standing by my ground. I'm standing on my ground.
So was in her mouth.
I want to be extra sure. That's why I'm even going this route. And like you said, I am now willing to be transparent. When I run all these diagnoses, all these tests, I can now come out and say, okay, see where you guys will go and investigate, see where you guys will go and do.
But shouldn't that have been an automatic, even from when you come up with the announcement? It doesn't now have to be people going against what you said before you now say, oh, that is like an afterthought.
No, and people don't put out their cancer results, funny enough.
No, but if you can put with the one donation, when you go to
that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm realizing now. It is the donation that have to now bring that.
What is just done?
Exactly.
What is just done is a GoFundMe, even though you didn't go to GoFundMe.
So
one would assume that by the time you have put out your account number and your account details, do you understand? You are standing by what you said, and you owe it to the donors to be kept abreast of every latest development with no inconsistencies. Do you understand? Yes. As it is now, there's a very strong light, a very strong leaning towards one doesn't believe you because they're poking holes like the doctor has done in your stories.
For you, Blessing. And I say that from a place of good faith. I say that as a human being. I'm not speaking strictly as a lawyer now.
Okay.
The stage I'm at now, I've done A, B, C, D, E. That will tally to what a medical person expects. Based on that, you've returned the funds, and then when you've now done that, let them now use their own discretion to decide whether or not to still send you the money. Are you prepared to take that chance?
Why not? Why not?
Can I ask you to also how much you have raised so far, or you won't be willing to discuss that?
Well, I can.
How much have you raised so far?
I think it should be about maybe 11, 12 million.
You've raised 11, 12 million?
Yeah.
Because we had over 100.
They're just exaggerating.
Okay.
Sorry, I have a question, just a quick question. The lump that you found in July that was non-cancerous, was the doctor saying that result was wrong, or that lump is now cancerous?
Is now cancerous.
Is
it possible to have a non-cancerous lump that now becomes cancerous?
No, it's not likely. If, for example, the commonest lump that I would expect you to have that was non-cancerous, that is benign, is fibroadenoma. And fibroadenoma never becomes, it won't live long enough for it to undergo malignant.
So what you're saying now is not physically possible
unless
to have a non-cancerous lump
cancer
that
in
now
July
becomes cancerous.
And they missed the cancer in July. That sounds more likely.
They missed the cancer.
That's what I'm saying. That sounds more likely. Even at that, funny enough, my patient last week, our first diagnosis was last November, and she's already so toxic. Like the breast is already fumigating, it's smelling, her arms are big. And so I'm just worried that if they miss the cancer in July and you're still carrying this lump till March, or okay, we're in April now, it's very worrisome actually.
Sorry, doctor, when we say stage 4 cancer.
Wow. Blessing said that same lump that they tested in July last year, that they told her in January this year, that same lump that is 7 months old is the same one that has now become cancerous. Because in July last year, they said, oh, this is very harmless. It's benign. It doesn't have cancer inside of it. But 7 months later, according to Blessing, the doctor said that lump has now become cancerous. But the doctor is here telling her, no, that's not possible, madam. That's not possible. Unless they missed the cancer 7 months ago. Unless they gave you a false negative 7 months ago. And if truly they did, that means you've been walking around with cancer in your lump for over 7 months. You see, you see this interview, Daddy Freeze wasn't here to defend Blessing. She should have taken Daddy Freeze along with her. She might have actually succeeded in achieving that same goal she achieved on his live stream. He wasn't there to say, wait, let me answer. Blessing doesn't know. Blessing doesn't understand. I know about cancer. Let me talk. He wasn't there for Blessing.
And you be descriptive.
So when you're saying that something is stage 4,
yes,
right? It means
what
that
would the breast
it has
stage 4
spread.
cancer look like?
You can't really tell from the breast. Well, the staging is based on the spread. It just means that it has spread to a distant. So it has spread to a distant organ. So it has gone to the liver. It has gone to either the liver, bone, lungs,
brain.
So that is basically that it has spread. That is what stage 4 means. It doesn't really mean
the patient physical appearance?
Yes, of course. By the time it's going to the liver, and it has affected a lot of the liver or majority of the liver, you can start having jaundice. You start having nausea. You start having all those symptoms. If it has gone to the lung, you have difficulty in breathing. But so it just depends on people have back pain and they cannot stand anymore.
Okay, thank you so much for this. And Blessing, we all do wish you well. We hope that if you do have this cancer, you give us the accountability that we need to be convinced that you actually do have it. And my sister, if you don't have it, I really think that you need to dig deep and look for a solution to your state of mind. So we wish you well. We hope that you everything you wish for is given to you, and we pray for your quickest recovery, whether you have cancer or whether you don't. Some recovery of sorts. We pray for
some recovery of sorts.
So we've had Blessing.
So in other words, she's not well. She's not okay. Somehow. Okay. Now, interestingly, Daddy Freeze went live because he collected backlash after this interview where he didn't come to defend Blessing. So he ran and turned on his live video. Now I'm going to play his reaction. And that one shocked me. That, like, what is going on? Let me play, guys. Listen.
You spoke to Belinda? Yes. And we're going to follow up and we're going to run some tests.
Can you imagine? Like, seriously. This man is still talking about we are going to run some tests. We are going to follow up. The first thing he should have done was take a look at that medical report. If at all he had not already done that before all these social media shenanigans.
And we're going to come to make announcements about our findings. I've asked for 10 days. Now, somebody say, why do I ask for 10 days? PET CT alone takes 5 days. I'm not sure they're going to ask her to do a PET CT, but the oncologists are definitely going to ask her to do certain tests. Someone said, DF, stop giving fraudulent people a platform. How do you determine somebody is fraudulent?
Can you imagine? After everything we just heard play out on Arise TV, everything Blessing said on national TV was the complete opposite of what she said at Daddy Freeze's live. How can you come on my show? You tell me a series of things, and then you go on another show and you say the opposite of everything you already told me. And then I'll still come and be asking, how is somebody fraudulent? Somebody that doesn't even have her own test result. She's parading someone else's test result that she forged and edited and put her own name on. That is completely identical to another person's own, carrying the doctor's name in Asaba, whereas you claim you got your own in Enugu. And Daddy Freeze is still sitting down saying, how do you determine someone is fraudulent? Really? After all this different evidence that Blessing herself has given us? Me, to say I'm disappointed in Daddy Freeze is really an understatement. I'm still searching for a better word. But let's continue to listen.
How do you determine somebody's fraudulent? You see, I learned something today. I don't know who it is I was talking to.
Man, this one a fuck up, honestly.
Cancer, and she claims she has cancer. That is fraud. That report that we have online. My problem with Blessing is she get no business going to Arise.
Can you imagine? That is his problem with Blessing. Going to Arise TV. Going to national TV. That's his problem. He should actually be glad that she went there to either prove herself wrong or right, or to contradict herself and bring out truth from the matter. But rather, my problem with her is she went to Arise. Why did she go to Arise? Is that supposed to be the bone of contention? Whether she went to Arise. What he should be concerned about should have been the details she gave at Arise TV that are opposite to the details she gave him. But no, that one doesn't concern him. It looks like or sounds like that the Freeze knows that Blessing is lying and Blessing is playing games. And he is upset that she went there and exposed herself. That's what it's sounding like. And my disappointment is getting bigger and bigger.
She went to Arise. She went to Arise, and I watched it. Now, she doesn't understand that. And that's why I don't grant interviews. She doesn't understand that. They are making it a national issue. Apart from, they have the right to, but don't submit yourself. If EFCC calls you, submit yourself. If the police invite you, submit yourself. Why are you submitting yourself to Arise?
This man doesn't know what accountability is. Blessing wants to prove her case. She wants to prove that she has cancer. Someone with integrity wouldn't mind going anywhere. I always say sometimes, take me anywhere, I will stand. But this man is saying, no, she shouldn't have gone. Why? Why?
As in, why are you submitting yourself to scrutiny from people that are going to make money off it?
Oh, but she can submit herself to you, to your platform. This man, this is serious. So it's a problem that she went to Arise, but it's not a problem for her to come to your platform where you can defend her and cover up her lies for her. You are disappointed in her that she went to Arise to go and expose herself. She should have just left it there on your platform where you will be there to be her bodyguard. Daddy Freeze, you are not being honest. Your hands don't seem clean in this case and the way you are treating this case. If you are really out for truth, honesty, clarity, integrity, accountability, you would feel like this is a very good thing for her to do. This is actually good that we know more, we have more clarity. You should be happy that people know more now. And people know better that the only report that Blessing is carrying about is the same report that belongs to another family. The only difference is the name. The original report says Doris or some name. The one Blessing is carrying says Blessing. That's the only difference. But that one doesn't concern Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze did not address any inconsistency or discrepancy. The only problem that the Freeze has is, why did you go there and go and put yourself under scrutiny? Because you know that she can come freely to your own platform and tell all the lies, and you would not allow any caller, any commenter to scrutinize her. You would not allow them to ask her critical, tactical questions. You would not. Daddy Freeze, this one where you do, Hey, the way people are seeing you now is different. In fact, when Blessing was on Daddy Freeze's show, people still felt like, okay, he's just standing behind his friend. He's just being a friend. But now with this one that he just did now, it shows that the Freeze is intentionally trying to hide something for Blessing, or help Blessing to conceal that lie, to help her just clean off the old, test, the old statement, the whole old report, and just start afresh. And then when they now tell her in the new hospital that she doesn't have cancer, then we will say, oh, maybe you were or misdiagnosed in the other hospital. Yeah, that's what we'll just say. They made a mistake by saying you had cancer before. Ah.
Has she forgotten that it's all about clickbait? It's clickbait.
Oh,
Do you understand?
your own is not clickbait, Daddy Freeze. She was on your platform. So if it was fine for you to bring her on your platform, it's not okay for her to go elsewhere. Your own is not clickbait, but Arise TV is clickbait. Wow. Is it not information and clarity people want to get? It really doesn't matter where Blessing goes to. It really doesn't matter. What people are after is what she is bringing out, what she has to tell. Hey, man, this one too shocked me. Oh, you see this social media, eh?
So, if there's anything I understand about the media, even if she's guilty, she does not owe the media any explanation. What she owes is EFCC.
So she owes you an explanation. Why is he so bothered about this Arise interview? But she was on your platform. Yes, sis, I'll bring you. I see your message now. I'll bring you up in a jiffy. Let me just finish playing Daddy Freeze, then we'll just start the discussions. Hold on, please.
Yes, you go to court. You go to EFCC, you go to court. If EFCC won't decide, say they won't carry your picture, put for their Instagram. If EFCC now decides, say they won't carry your picture, put for their Instagram, it's up to EFCC. But you don't owe any press anything.
Can you
what
imagine?
What they even tell you is you have the right to remain silent.
Can you imagine?
But even EFCC cannot just carry placard, because if they are not found you guilty, you still go to court. Yes, you cannot judge the matter. Yes, you still have to go to court. Yes. So at the end of the day, the talk you are going to talk it in court. Because I've learned something about the media. We all make money from these cases.
That's what this is all about for Daddy Freeze now. Is that the excuse for all the lies that we have caught Blessing in? Is this all that Daddy Freeze has to say? We all make money from this case. Is it about money for you, Daddy Freeze? At this point, nobody should even be focusing on what money we are making. I don't know if you understand. It's the truth of the case that people should be focused on. But Daddy Freeze is making it about money now. We all make money. So she shouldn't be going to all these places because it's about money. Oh, wow. For people that donated to her, it's not about money. For people who have lost family members, it's not about money. That's not what they are focusing on. It's about the exploitation by Blessing CEO.
We all make money from this case. Let me tell you something. 1,100 people are watching. You think people are watching for free?
Can you imagine? This is how he's reacting. He's not even looking at the things that Blessing said, the errors she made, the opposing statements that she made, in contrast to the ones she made on his platform. He did not address any of those. I suspect that he knows that Blessing has confided in him and has told him that this thing is just, I want to make my money and I'm clouting. I suspect that she has done that. So he's just trying to help her now to clean it up neatly, finish the work neatly. That's my suspicion. He's not acting shocked. He's not acting like, oh my God. So Blessing doesn't have her own report from a doctor in Enugu. How come Blessing only has the same report that has been circulating? He's not questioning anything Blessing said. Chai! Be careful who you trust on social media, guys. Be careful who you think has integrity on social media. I see you ladies. I have two ladies here waiting in the studio. I'm going to bring you up in a jiffy. I'm almost done. Let me see how many more I have to go. Oh, it's still quite a lot, but maybe 10 minutes. Just give me some time.
See, they won't carry your picture, put for their Instagram. It's up to EFCC.
Let me see.
EFCC cannot just make money from these cases. We all make money from these cases. Let me tell you something. 1,100 people are watching. You think we're watching for free on Facebook? You actually think you're watching for free. You are there insulting me that is getting paid.
Can you imagine?
As in, you don't. As in, you guys don't get it.
That's not an excuse for Blessing to be using the minds of people, playing games with people's wallets and people's emotions. It's not an excuse. He's leaving the important aspect of this case. He's treating it as just something trivial. Oh, it's just social media. It's deeper than that. And I'm really disappointed in Daddy Freeze. Like, what's this? Like, this is a joke. Like, this is just, oh, let's just play. This is very serious. Blessing could literally end up in jail for this, obtaining under false pretense. And this man is talking about, do you know how much money we make on social media? Like, hey.
As in, you don't get it. So, I shouldn't be telling you the secret of our trade.
So all these things you do on social media is just money collection. Let me just come online and talk wherever belle face, whatever is going to bring people, let them watch, chase my clout, do my hustle and go home. Even if everybody is making money, that's a byproduct that comes with content creation on social media. That should never rub off on your truth that you should be propagating. That's how people see Daddy Freeze. People hold him in high esteem. Like, this guy, I trust him. He's not going to play mago. But this case, man, I'm seeing another side of Daddy Freeze. Talking about we make money on social media. So that means, in fact, let me just play without interrupting.
I shouldn't be telling you the secret of
the secret of our trade. Hey, the secret of our trade. Hey.
They talk nonsense.
Man.
Just give me 2 minutes, then come on. You know why I like YouTube?
Let me.
Freeze, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Freeze, I have a question for you. Were you aware that she was going to go on a press tour?
I did not know, and I would never have told that out. I'm wondering. For me, that's the part that bothers me.
Really?
Because even listen, there are questions I don't allow the press to ask me. I'm not going to allow you to use me to chop unless you are my person. I thought about it. Today has a good platform. Today is a good.
Let me fast forward.
Did they even go? Give me this guy name.
That test result. Do you remember the test result that somebody came to your life? One guy.
Yes.
Saying that the test result belonged to his sister. That Blessing forged it.
Yes.
You know, she took that same result that she claimed she knows nothing about. She took it to the interview.
You see,
at the interview they asked her, is this the same interview that you took to Daddy Freeze's? You know what I think?
Did they ask me and that they brought it to Daddy Freeze like?
No, they asked her. If what that she did myself fighting out for that result that she did my post.
Did she mention me inside? Did they mention me inside it?
No. They just asked if it was the same.
I watched a little bit of it that was going online. You understand? I watched a little bit of it that was going online. And my question is, why is she granting interviews?
So his question is not, oh, really? It's the same result. No.
Just.
You know what I think?
Did they ask me and that they brought it to Daddy Freeze like?
No, they asked her if this was the same. Did she mention me inside? Did they mention me inside it? No. They just asked if it was the same. I watched a little bit of it that was going online. You understand? I watched a little bit of it that was going online. And my question is, why is she granting interviews? That's just my why. Why would you allow? Because they will use you to harm. Let me tell you, So after that interview where you brought me on, yes, people, when I asked you that questions, I thought this issue was going to. There are some things. Why is it a matter of life and death that you have to do interview? It bothered me. Yeah, we don't start where she did point. We don't see place in she doesn't have that cancer. So see, when we set up a committee to go with her and do the whole see. Chris, what did you call that test? PET CT. What you were supposed to do at Mikio? PET CT.
He didn't even react to what the lady said. The lady said, look, from everything Blessing is saying, you can tell that she's lying. Daddy Freeze didn't respond to that.
The PET CT scan. I was thinking that this whole issue, I saw on that Arise that this was an ambush. See, let me tell you something. She was physically shaking. I could see that she was physically shaking. And all of these things, if they are going to have a case against her, all of these things.
Okay, I'm just going to bring some of you up. Let me bring the ladies up a bit before we continue. Otherwise, you guys will have to wait for so long. So, ladies, take it away.
Yeah, hey, Blessing. Happy Easter. How are you doing?
Same to you. I'm fine.
Happy Easter to the ladies in the chat as well. I don't know if you recall what I told you yesterday about Daddy Freeze. I don't know if you recall what I said. And I think all of this should be an eye-opener to your viewers and just people at large. We have to be very careful when we come online and we are listening to so-called quote and unquote influencers. People who come out there claiming to be smart, intelligent, and that's where we get our own information from. I think in this day and age, we are all who exposed, or we all have access to to the internet, and we should be very careful taking information on social media as the final truth, gospel truth. If you hear something, and that's why I told, even from Blessing's very first video, I knew before anything there were lots of holes there. And so when we are listening to people, we should honestly have critical minds. We should be able to think for self or go online and just verify certain information. Daddy Freeze, his major frustration right now is the fact that other platforms are making money from this. He wanted to be the only one gaining financially from this story. So he's now upset that she has taken it elsewhere and other people are tapping into the money that he should have been making alone. Because I don't understand why this should be his main concern. If he's somebody who cares about his reputation, and you find out that, oh, okay, my very good friend lied to me. There's this other blogger, I think his name is Dr. Ezekiel or something. He too is a friend of Blessings. He was standing 10 toes down for Blessing. And I saw a video today, him saying he's out of this, calling her out and saying she lied to him. Like, that's how you come out and make people still be able to trust you. Saying that, okay, I gave my friend the benefit of doubt, but I've realized that she's lying. So right now, I'm hands off. Not you coming here and exposing your true motives. I've told you that Daddy Freeze is part of what is going on. And I'm so disappointed. He's not an intelligent man. He's not smart. It's all about making money. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to, diss anybody's hustle. To each their own. You come to make money on social media. But if you know that you're somebody who has great influence, there are people who follow you, people who take your word as gospel truth, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful because there are people, that's where they get their news from. Oh, Daddy Freeze said this, Daddy Freeze said that. But I hope that people are really opening their eyes and seeing truthfully the kind of people that they deal with. You know, you're asking why she's granting interviews, saying that she has no access, no right. She doesn't owe any media. If she had not come to ask people for money, I would agree with that thing that he said, that she doesn't owe media any explanation. If she had not come to ask, but the moment you come out here and ask for people's money, you
Yeah.
owe them an explanation. You owe them. You have to give it to them. And for Daddy Freeze to come out and be saying what he's saying, it's very, 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 very disappointing. And I'm glad that you've gone through all of that. And like I said yesterday, all these things should just be lessons that we are learning from them. Even doctors are not God. If you go to your doctor and your doctor gives you a diagnosis, and that's why everything Blessing is saying is a lie. You go and doctor gives you a diagnosis. The first thing you do is you come, you are curious, you want to know more about this. What is there? Because doctors make mistakes. There are false negatives, there are false positives. You do research. You don't come on national television and you're claiming ignorance and saying, oh, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a this, and you're just throwing what's out there. And who do you think you're talking to? And you hear from Daddy Freeze, it was intentional. He said, if you're going to talk anywhere, you have to go to somewhere where it's your own person. So they know how to, and that's why he was being her lawyer and telling people how she doesn't understand a question or jumping in. Anybody who still goes and listens to what Daddy Freeze says, I'm sorry. People should wake up and open their eyes. Ladies, all I'm trying to say is that let's do our own personal research. If you hear anything, you see anything online, just poke holes, go and confirm, is this thing true? It's not everything that you see on social media that is true, it's final. It doesn't matter if it's your favorite influencer, even you, Blessing. I know you do research and stuff, but even when you post stuff, sometimes I go do my own personal research because you can make mistakes also. So people should learn to be able to dig into information that they get out there. Unless, because that's how they're going to get in trouble all the time. And they'll fall for gimmicks. People will come and say anything. And that's why the other one is there in Brentwood saying whatever she's saying and taking money from people every day because people cannot think for self. They cannot think for self. They think 1 + 1 is 11. They cannot think for self. It's very disappointing.
Wow, thank you. Angel, let's hear from you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, the analysts and the floor members. I greet everyone. Yes, for me, right from the very first day, Blessing made the very first video, I just knew there is something wrong. I knew she was lying, really, even though I was part of people that I donated something very small, but I have my reasons for donating, so. Then I want to talk about the lady on Arise TV, the doctor. She mentioned something. She said Blessing went for BBL and she carried everybody along. She was showing everything from the beginning. She was showing, and even to an extent where she was showing her bum. She would kind of blow it and not show people her. She for the sake of community guidelines and all of that. So what stops Blessing from creating awareness? Why is she all about, it's confidential, it's privacy and everything? If your BBL is not private, why should cancer be that private to you? Even when you came out to make an announcement and try to raise funds, put your account number out, and then, I felt like you should be bold enough to use this as an opportunity to carry people along every step of the way. Even when she said she was being diagnosed, she was being, tested and all of that, talking about needles. I don't know all those terms, but I believe that if you have gone through all that, if I go through that, God forbid, I should be able to explain what I went through. So while you were doing all of those things as a as a public figure who has been through BBL and shows all of the process, I expect you to go with your camera to show us even your boobs. You're supposed to show it in some, you can blur it somehow just to be able to create awareness, for this cancer of a thing, But that aside, let me talk about Daddy Freeze. There's this thing I always say that for me personally, as an analyst, a blogger who is also online doing one or two, I would always say it that if I have a friend or I have a family member who is doing something that I disagree with, something that I see as not something I cannot talk about, something I'm not proud of or I shouldn't be proud of, and I know this person is close to me, this person is my family member, this person is a friend of mine, and I cannot go out there to speak against them, I would rather not talk about them at all. I'll just pretend like I'm not even, like I'm not seeing it, like it doesn't even exist. I would not talk about you. Why? Because I have respect for you. I love you. You're my family member. You're my friend. So I'd rather not talk about you at all than jeopardizing my own integrity. Because what Daddy Freeze is doing here is, I personally, as someone with integrity, I don't like what he's doing. I don't see integrity in what he's doing at all. I don't see integrity in it at all. So, but I would say is that Daddy Freeze might be kind of, you see him lashing out to his followers, people that will say negative things to him, he will lash out to them. You can see him doing all of that. But in all of that, I see compassion. Daddy Freeze is kind of compassionate, but he's jeopardizing his integrity with compassion. If I were in his shoes, I'd rather maybe just give you some money because, okay, I love you, you're my friend. I might just privately send you something to show my support to you instead of jeopardizing my integrity publicly.
Mm-hmm.
I see that he cares for Blessing and he feels sorry for her. As a matter of fact, when I was watching Blessing on Arise TV, her shame was shaming me. I mean, I was ashamed. I was feeling, I don't even know. I don't know what to call it. Should I call it feeling sorry for her? Me on her behalf, I was feeling shameful for her. I felt like I was the one in that horse seat being embarrassed the way she was embarrassed. That's how I was feeling kind of sorry for her. That's why I said, I don't know how to place it. I don't know where to place myself. The way I felt for her, I don't know how to categorize it at all. So I understand how Daddy Freeze feels for Blessing. So that's why I said, instead of you to come out and jeopardize your integrity on a case where everyone can see, a case that is black and white. I don't think I've seen anyone who have said anything or who have tried to defend Blessing. Not even in the comments, not the bloggers. Nobody has come out to say, oh, why are you bashing Blessing? Nobody has done that. Everybody is blaming because everyone can see this one is just too obvious. Blessing is not a professional liar at all, because if you want to lie, you're supposed to sit down and rehearse and make findings before you come out to lie. But you're lying, and at the same time, you are countering yourself in your lies. So everyone, even the lame, even the blind, anyone, even the deaf can see this. Everyone can. It's too plain to want to So Daddy Freeze is feeling sorry for Blessing, and I understand his perspectives. I understand where he's coming from, but it shouldn't be seen. Somebody like him, whom people seem to be someone with integrity, someone you can run to, someone who can get you justice, maybe not in the court of law, but at least on the street of social media and all of those things. Daddy Freeze should not be seen trying to cover up publicly. If there's anything he can do behind the scene to help her, he should have done that, but not in the public. And I'm going to say this, maybe I'm a corrupt Nigerian, I'm not though, but let me say this about Blessing. You see, when this whole thing started at the beginning, what Blessing should have done, when these people with the results, the family of this lady that had the cancer and she was publicizing their results and all of that, when they came out, it started gradually. They were warning her and saying, Blessing, You used our sister's results. You better do something before we will bring everything out. What Blessing should have done, even if she cannot do it personally by herself, she should have looked for a third party that will go and do something on her behalf, with the family of these people.
They claim they claim she begged them privately.
You see, the analyst, let me tell you, what they need is, what she should have done is not begging. Yeah, she should have begged, but you and I know what she should have done. As Nigerians, as you know how they be now, as they be. So you should have done all of that. That is what Daddy Freeze should have even helped her to do.
They're not hungry. That family is not hungry. Not her money or her pride.
The analyst, even at that, anyways, I let me take your word for it, because not everybody is the same. Because if I were in their shoes, I also would not, want to. But if you want to look at the majority, if you can come out, because some people are saying, okay, she might have gotten up to like 100 M and all of that. If you offer them something, maybe they might, maybe they might not. But let's push that aside. Blessing effort big time. My shame, they shame. Blessing shame, they shame me for where I did.
Well, how can Daddy Freeze be feeling sorry for someone who he knows is lying, whom everybody knows is lying? What kind of feeling sorry and being compassionate is that one?
Yeah, because she's his friend. And like I told you, like I said, that me, for where I sit down, they watch Blessing, I had a mixed feelings. Because I was feeling, how can you be embarrassing yourself? And you look at Blessing. Blessing is an outspoken person. When she's talking like this, sometimes you have to just listen to her, because sometimes she makes sense, sometimes she doesn't. She's very, very outspoken. Then imagine her being in this situation. You would like, sometimes you have no choice but to feel somewhat about the situation that she found herself. So it's okay to be compassionate. That she puts that she puts herself. So it's okay to be compassionate. It's okay to feel sorry for someone. But while doing it, do not be. You also have to have justice at the back of your mind, and also not to jeopardize your own integrity. That's just all I have to say.
Yeah, and you also mentioned that you donated to Blessing.
Yes.
Are you going to ask for that money back, or are you just going to let her eat it?
No, I'm not going to ask for it. But the truth of the matter is, I have every right to hold her responsible. I can hold her accountable. She needs to be accountability. Hence, I have donated. I can say, Blessing, I need accountability for the money I donated. What did you use it for? If you donate for someone, you have every right to hold them responsible for what you have donated for.
Absolutely. And
no, I'm talking about collecting your money back, because when you leave that money for her and many other people leave that money for her, that means she's making profit out of this situation and this lie. So I'm asking you not to ask her for accountability, but to ask her for your money so that she doesn't have that profit.
Diana, what I donated is very, very small. Very, 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 very small.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's somebody else out there that may benefit from that money. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I get it. Basically, that's just what I wanted to say. Because me, I was going to, I didn't even know it was going to escalate this much. My intention was that I'm going to hold Blessing. You must prove yourself. You must tell us what you did with what we gave you. So I was going to do, and that's why when I'm looking at that one at like you said, Brentwood, if you donate to someone, you have every right to hold them accountable for what you have donated for.
Yes.
So that's why I was just looking at Daddy Freeze. Just the sister, just like you rightfully said, that when Daddy Freeze said that she owe nobody no explanation, how can somebody like Daddy Freeze even be saying that? How can you even say that? When people have donated, you came out with your issue publicly, you put out an account number, and people donated massively to you. And then people are asking you for accountability, and you, Daddy Freeze, is saying that she owes nobody no explanation. Really?
That's why I have said that he's a part of everything, and I still stand by what I said yesterday. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. And the greed of money is what is going to bring his downfall as well. Because he's going to lose followers.
The truth of the matter is, everybody knows what is going on. How can somebody like Daddy Freeze tell me he doesn't know what is going on? It's obvious. Everyone can see it. Everybody knows what. Like I said, nobody. I haven't even seen a comment of anyone supporting Blessing and saying, "Oh, trying to support her." No, you can't support it. You cannot support this. It's too obvious.
It's all
It's
about
too
Daddy
obvious.
Freeze making money and promoting that clinic. I don't know if he's a brand ambassador
Yeah.
for that clinic. He wanted her to go. That's what it's all about, money making. And that's why I tell people that it's unfortunate that we still have a lot of gullible and vulnerable people who fall for gimmicks like this. I've never believed in God because, first of all, he doesn't sound like a smart person to me. But there's so many people who listen to what he says, and that's what really hurts me. That these are the things that really hurt me because they're taking advantage of the vulnerable people out there, and that's what really, because if it's just like I said, I saw through Blessing from the very. Normally, when I see things like that, I will donate, even if it's not a lot. $10 here, $15, $20 here, I'll give something. But when I saw that on Blessing's page, I'm like, oh, this girl has come again. But honestly, Blessing, I think she's mental. There's something wrong with her. There is something wrong because a normal human being will not come out and do what she's doing. And then coming out there, even when you get caught red-handed, you're still trying to prove. That family gave her an opportunity to apologize online. She was still trying to claim that, oh, it's this, it's stage 4. And they said, they told me, who is they? Who is they? Because she got all her facts wrong, Blessing. We talked about this yesterday. Originally, you go and see a regular doctor, a general physician. That's who you see. They send you for imaging, which is like a mammogram. And then if you go do that imaging, and then they see something, that's when they send you for biopsy. They can never send you for biopsy without sending you to know what's going. Like, that's why you know that she doesn't even know what she's talking about. And then she's talking, oh, I think a life-threatening disease you're thinking. Somebody who comes online and claims that she's a therapist, she's this, and you're talking about, I think they did this, I think it was this, I think. These are things that you should
there's
know.
plenty of I think in her placements.
There is
Plenty of I
all this
think.
I thinking.
And
That's when
sis,
you know she's
mentioned
lying.
something. You mentioned something. You said maybe she's sick upstairs or something. I'm thinking now, this is just my own opinion right now. I'm thinking that at the end of the day, it's my results to this. Maybe she coming out, or maybe, at some point you might start hearing something like, oh, she's not stable. She has mental something. That's why she did all of this. I'm just thinking now,
But and that's what people usually use to get themselves out of trouble.
Exactly.
Then they'll be like, oh, she was mentally. I was listening to somebody earlier this morning saying that they heard that somebody got her into this. Like somebody, I'm assuming I don't know, this is not confirmed fact, so don't quote me. I just heard another blogger say that somebody who borrowed money and is owing a lot of money, got her to come online and do this. And I'm assuming because the person that she's associated with, we know his history. So I'm just really hoping that he's not the one, even though she herself, that's how she started on social media, but she has never taken things to this extreme. And I don't know how she thought she was going to be able to get away with this. I don't know how she thought she could get away with it.
If you ask me to analyze this right from the beginning and what might have led Blessing into this, because from all indication, Blessing is broke. So what might have led her into this state that she is, into this problem that she is right now, I can analyze it based on the past scenarios. I can.
But not
I have a clue.
Cancer, my
I have a clue on what led her into, because before now, Blessing was doing okay. She was doing well. At some point, she was doing really, really well. But something happened along the line. There was so many things that was going on with Blessing. Then you see Blessing on interviews. She's sleeping. She's like so many things. So me, I have a clue, that I think might be the cause of Blessing's predicament or what she's going through right now.
What do you think is the clue?
The analyst.
Okay, let me say it. Angel, no, you don't say it. You are in a place where, let me say it. There was
Go ahead, sis.
people were suspecting that Blessing was on drugs or something. There was a time that it was speculated around, and those things cost money. I don't know what, I don't know if she and her so-called fiance have gone into this thing so deep that they've indebted themselves, and now they're trying to look for fast money. And when people are on that thing, you lose your brain, you lose your mental faculty, the way you reason. You will do whatever you have to get money to buy more. Who knows if that's what has gotten them into this situation? But the thing is that she is a content creator. She has millions of followers across the different social media platforms. She can come out there and make content and get money. And, for her to use cancer, whoever talked her into this, for her to use cancer, something as sensitive as that, something that is taking so many lives, for her to have gone down to that extreme, it blows my mind. That's why I'm saying there is something wrong with her. I'm sure that probably, even if you watch her during that Arise TV thingy, her body language could speak. She came to Daddy Freeze and was pretending like she was sick, she was down or whatever. She was just acting. That's what she was doing there. On Arise TV, if you could see her, look at her eyes, you know that there's something. Only time will tell us what it is. And like you, Angel, I'm suspecting also that there's more to this, what has gotten her to this level.
Yes.
There is something that has messed up her mental faculty to get her to this level.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments said, if really Blessing is a satisfied therapist, her license and PIN should be taken away from her. I don't think she's really like certified like that. I think she went to all this kind of Nancy Umes courses, like just go and pay and do some course somewhere and you get a certificate. I don't think she's like an official medical therapist like that. We have Madam A here on the panel. Go ahead and let us hear your perspective on this.
Hi, happy Easter, everyone.
Same to you.
Now, I was in my kitchen earlier this morning doing my Easter dinner, and I happened to come up on this same guy that we are talking about here. And I said, you know what, let me listen. Blessing, I was so angry to listen to this man. And I am here for you all today. I don't know if anybody else listened to it. I am going to answer your mama and your papa and your...
Yeah.
Saying,
Well, that one is social media serene now.
Really? But isn't this person supposed to be a man of God? A man of the clock? Isn't this person supposed to be a man of God? I will answer you all today. I come for you all today. And before I can answer you, you better send me super thanks and super chats. And I said, Lord, have mercy upon us this blessed Easter Sunday. What are we doing? What are we doing? You have, as the sister said, millions or thousands of followers, people following you that would listen to you. That's what you're selling? That's what you're selling? I didn't finish off listening to him because for me, you can't be somebody of the cloth and talk to me. You lost me right there. But that to me don't make no sense. None whatsoever. You cannot serve two masters at the same time. Let me say that. That's what the Bible says. You're either here or you're there. You're either for or you're against. I even looked at the interview that the lady did too, online with the lawyer and the doctor perspectives. Yes. And I watched that thing twice. And I was looking at this woman's body language. Something is not right. Something is not right.
I think she was
With
really
her.
nervous that she was caught, and she was just like everybody.
Yes,
She alone standing there or sitting there against three people who saw through her. She
but
was
that's what
embarrassed.
happened when you lie.
Mm.
Now, when people that have sense step to you with real hardcore questions, you have no change. You have no answer for them because you're now all confused. As you said, she has had have not one diagnosis because no doctor would amputate your breasts. Not that kind of language, period. No. I enjoyed the way the doctor presented herself, the question she asked, and I'm looking at the young lady, and she was, oh God,
Yeah.
I don't know where she was at that time. And she's looking, when you, it's like when you come out and you catch your kids with the hand in the cookie jar
Yeah.
or a deer that was caught in the headlights, the way they look at you. And I'm looking at her, I said, Jesus, help this
Yeah.
woman.
She took herself there because in her mind,
Yes,
everybody is an idiot and they will believe.
because
Okay.
Daddy Freeze was upset that she went there. I listened to part of of
Yeah,
his
because for
rant
him,
and raving this morning.
she should have just kept everything under wraps and they should have just handled things internally. Why did she have to go out there and put herself out there for people who just make money? But the people got the truth out there, and that's more important than the money that they made. Of course, they're offering a service. They are putting out information out there that the masses need to know about. So that weighs more than even whatever money they are going to make. But he is focusing on the money. They are making money, but they did a better job than he did or can ever do. Do you understand?
That's
And he
true.
cannot
Yes.
even be at peace with that. But let me quickly play the rest of that video that he did, and we'll continue talking.
Case against her. All of these things are going to come up in court. All of these things. And those are the conversations that we need to have and be careful of.
No, you should be careful of being a thief or not being a thief. Not, oh, how can you hide this theft? How can you hide this thing that you are doing? No. Have conversations about, don't go out there with the intention to scam people. Don't go out there and lie about having something that you don't have just to get money from people. Not, oh, let's have conversations about, oh, how to protect yourself when you have lied. Don't go out there and be talking. You don't owe anybody an explanation so that they don't use it against you in court. No, 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 no. That's helping a criminal damage evidence. That's really not good character. It's not showing good character on Daddy Freeze, and it's really disappointing. Let me play.
So this is what beats me. This is what beat me. When she came on your show and was taking questions from everyone, she was sober, she was calm, she was agreeing to do the scan. At what point, I just want to know between that day of the interview and when she went live. Yeah.
All right, my darling sister, thank you so much. There's so many people queuing up to come and share their perspective with us. We also have this other lady, Body Glams. The only thing I would say is she might have lied about the exact test, but we can only verify if she has cancer if we run tests on her. And since she has agreed, yeah.
I have something to see. I don't know. Oh, you know that I've been thinking of something. Why is it that any of our friend?
Okay. I think that's all I saved from that interview. I watched not interview, from that video that he did. I watched the whole thing, And throughout that entire video, he was live for 2 hours. Throughout that entire video, he did not react to anything that Blessing said during that interview. He did not show any reaction. He did not make any statement or show shock or surprise or disappointment in Blessing. Nothing. He was talking about other things. And I was like, this man, my belief now is that Blessing has told him what is going on, and he's trying to help her. He's trying to really help her just repair what might be spoiled, what might be lost. But now he's putting his own integrity, his own name, like I said yesterday, on the line. And the trust people have always had in him, that trust is now beginning to diminish. People will no longer see him the same, because we all understood a bit that, they are friends. And, on that, his live stream, I mean, that was his platform. He would protect a friend. But his reaction to Blessing's interview on live TV, his focus now is, why did you go there and expose yourself? Why would they make money? He's not even focusing on, my friend lied to me. What is going on? How come my friend doesn't even have a test result of her own to show? How come the doctor on my friend's report is not even a doctor that is supposed to be where they claim he is supposed to be? Something like that. He didn't question anything, meaning he probably knows everything already. He probably knows. And that, I just hope for him, because this case is not going to die like this. Blessing CEO has deactivated her Instagram. Her fiance has deactivated his Instagram. And I don't think that is just going to bring everything to a close. No, because Blessing still has people's money. She's still hanging on to their money. Okay? So things will not die like this, unless maybe she decides to just vanish for life, for the rest of her life. And even if she decides to do so, that doesn't mean people can still not find her. If EFCC chooses or decides to go after her, they still can, whether she's on social media or not. People can know where she is. People know where she is. People know where she lives. They know that address. They know her contact details. They know how to get her. So running away from social media is not the solution to her problem. The only thing I'm hoping for Daddy Freeze now is that Blessing did not transfer any money to him. That's the only thing that I'm wishing and praying and hoping for him. Not because I care about him, but because of the mess and the ugliness. And I would love it. I'll be here for that. Anyways, I'm not I'm not like insinuating. I'm not, throwing anything out there. I'm just hoping for him that this whole case doesn't develop a new wing that we didn't even look into. I just hope for him that if EFCC subpoenas, or whatever they call it, her account, her bank account, that they are not going to find any money transfer from Blessing CEO to Daddy Freeze. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll just let you ladies go ahead and still share some of your thoughts before we round off. Diaspora Diva says, I'm new on this platform. You're very welcome, lady. You're very welcome here. Thanks for coming, and please do subscribe if you enjoy being here, if you enjoy the program. All right, go ahead, ladies. Ladies on the panel, do you still have something you want to say before we round off?
For me, not really. I just wanted to get that out there with me listening to her and to the gentleman. And this made me think that it's like we have a break somewhere in our system, I don't even know what to call it anymore. Because as parents, we really need to really pay attention to our family. And especially if we have young kids and those who are adult, but let's say young adults, and listening to people like him and to Blessing, because is she a relationship therapist? Now, let's say your young adult had an issue with his or his girlfriend or his boyfriend, and she was counseling him or talking to him or her, and believed in what she has told them. Now, to come up on this, that's bad. That's bad. So, as parents, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, let us try to be more attentive to our family. Talk to them more. Sometimes when you're having dinner or family time, ask everybody to put down their phone and sit down and talk, because now everybody's so dependent and everybody is coming online. And people are listening to them and taking what they say like it's a feel-good pill. Because when we heard of this lady's predicament, supposedly predicament, everybody stepped out to help her. Like Daddy Free said this morning, why was Nigerians so quick to give her money? And I thought of it. I said, ooh.
He even said that he never donated,
So if
that
he
he never
can
gave
think
her
like
nothing.
that, what are we doing with our kids, our family, for those who are very impressionable? That I know for me, this here has taught me a lesson. I would never see people or certain influences with the same eye anymore.
No.
Yeah, I would
Because
never.
It's
what you
just
see is
quite
not.
unfortunate.
It's
It's
not
quite
what you get.
unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate that all these things are
I
happening
know
with the
somebody would call
that
me
is
and say, me? Not me. Before I get involved with him, I got to make sure I run a whole full background check if you take his social. Because you don't know, you can't trust people anymore. You can't. Everybody coming up, drink this pill, it's good for you here. Drink this, then what are we believing?
And Nigeria
That's why
already
we
has
have
a
to really try to salvage whatever we have left and stop allowing the internet or influencers to give us influenza. Or
And
to
to think,
influence our kids, let's say young people, because everybody have access to the internet now. What are the people that is following this woman? What are the people that is following this man? And to know that I was looking up to this man like that. And here he is now. What are you teaching me? What are we teaching people? It's your friend, yes, but you're a better friend when you can tell your friend, no, you're wrong. You're not supposed to
when you can
uphold
tell your friend the
nothing that
truth.
is wrong. You're not supposed to. But we here, we're gonna watch it and see how it plays out.
yeah, but he should be aware that right now he's not covering up for just a friend, he's covering up for a thief. That's what he should realize, because now it has gone beyond friendship. Now the public is involved, money is involved.
Involved,
He should be
yes,
very
millions of
careful
dollars.
with his experience with things like this. He should know better. I shouldn't even be sitting here telling him that. There is a level you will get to, that, okay, I have to stop here. I have to pull out my hands. Otherwise, you automatically become a conspirator, as my sister said yesterday, co-conspirator. I don't know what he thinks, or what he thinks is going to benefit from this thing he's doing. Why he thinks it's important for him to continue to stand by Blessing, even when it's so obvious that this thing is not what, she's disgracing herself already. She has lied so much already. And he's still talking about, yeah, let's go for second opinion. But the report she showed as her report says second opinion already. because it's
then
not
this
even
would
And
be
you
Harriet.
the
know,
third or the fourth.
and you know, this whole thing is not
My
looking good on
God.
us. You know, it's painting us
Lives,
really
lives,
black on the
lives.
outside. It's painting us really black on the outside. It's making our situation worse. The way we're being seen, the stigmatization on the outside. You know, imagine the people who are seen to be doing all of these things are the big influencers, people with followers online, people who are known are the ones that are doing this. And you know, from Nigeria, this whole thing is not looking good on us at all. At all. It's quite unfortunate. You know, the smaller people who are truly going through issues, just like we said yesterday, when you ask a question and you said if people wants to, like, if people can check themselves, and after checking themselves and realizing that they have something going on in their body, what do they do next when they cannot even afford a 1 square meal a day? You know, so such people are not even doing all of this. They're not coming out to lie and to try to get money. They are not the ones. These are the people who are being seen up high, people whom you see that you think are doing well in life, people who will come out and flash cars in your face, people who will tell you they've built us in Enugu, one in Lagos, one in that, they have houses. They are the ones doing all of these things online. It's such a shame, you know, and like I said, it's not looking good on the side of our country entirely. You know, there's, like I always say, there's this parable they will say in my language, that when a sinner is suffering, the righteous will also suffer alongside the sinner who is suffering. You know, because when you look at the bad name that Nigeria is suffering, it's not just those who are perpetrating these things that are suffering from it, but other people who are innocent, people who just want to travel and just go do something, or people who just want to go out there to look for, to get greener pastures. They are also suffering from all of these things. And like I said, it's quite unfortunate that the big ones, people who are seen to be people who are earning from their streams, people who are having millions and millions of views on their videos, are the ones coming out to disgrace themselves and to disgrace the entire country. It's quite unfortunate.
Because their own content will be very impactful, or it will reach more people because they have big platforms,
Big
you know.
platform, exactly. They've got the voice. These are people that are supposed to solicit. These are people that are supposed to speak for the country. These are people that are supposed to hold the government accountable for what they're doing. What do? They will come out and disgrace us more with their big platforms. It's quite unfortunate.
Someone is asking where Blessing lives. She's based in Enugu, but right now she flew from Enugu to Lagos. She traveled from Enugu to Lagos as we speak. You know that the freeze is in Lagos, if I'm not mistaken. So, and LUTH that she claims she went to for whatever series of tests that they didn't do. They just suggested for her to go for series of tests in LUTH. LUTH is in Lagos, but she lives in Enugu. Someone just joined. Go ahead. Hey. Hello. Oh, maybe that was a mistake. Okay, I think we are going to leave it here. Let me see if there is a comment. Okay, she said an oncologist told her it's stage 4. But here she is presenting a pathologist report that is not even an actual working diagnosis. Blessing. Blessing is finished. Blessing cannot come back from this. No matter what she says, whether she claims mental disorder, whether she claims whatever, cloud content, she cannot recover from this on social media unless she's ready to go and start doing some other job out there. But
She
Blessing
just destroyed her own brand, really.
Blessing is it's over. Someone's sound is on. Who's whether she claims whatever cloud content. Okay, I think that was A. You're listening to us on another device, so I can really hear myself back. Okay. Angel, were you saying something?
Yeah, no, I'm done with what I'm saying.
Okay.
I just I felt she has really destroyed her own brand, because there's nothing. What more will Blessing come and say now online that everyone will listen? Oh, nobody will listen anymore. So,
Well,
it is
true.
what
It is what it is at the moment. So we are just going to
it
wait
is.
to see what happens. If she
Exactly.
will if she will reopen her Instagram and what she would have to say then, but already she still has people's money, and that money, she must send that money back. She cannot say, okay, even after all the backlash, after all the negative attention and impact on her brand, at least I still have money to show for it. No, she should not have a naira from this, because this, it would even encourage others to feel like, okay, highest they will insult you, highest after some years they will get over it and they will forget. Just keep your money, you have your money. No, they should not profit anything from it. So
But
that
in
is
all honesty, I feel like despite all odds, I feel like Blessing she has kind of created awareness for cancer, because during all of this, listening to a whole lot of people, doctors and people who have been through cancer, the survivors, and different testimonies from families of people who have been through it and all of that. I'm personally myself, I've learned a lot things that I never even knew about the disease. I've learned from it. So I think she has kind of, maybe negatively create some sort of awareness for cancer,
true. I
Yeah.
have learned a lot as well, a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
Very good. So I want to thank you. Oh, yes, she did. She said on the Freeze show that she sent it to one person, but when she went to Arise, she said she didn't send it to that guy. She didn't send it to anybody, I believe. So Blessing is just a liar, and I have zero respect for her. I would never see her the same, no matter what. I don't regard her right now. I'm just like, you collected money from people. First of all, go and refund their money, and there is nothing you want to come on social media to say again that I will even watch or listen that somebody is talking. She has nothing to tell anybody on social media. She really has no content, because anything she brings out, I just see a liar creating lies. That's what she has done to herself. There is no excuse for it. There is no excuse for it. So I'm just going to leave it here for today and just thank all of you again for the contributions, for your, for sharing your own perspective as always. And thank all my commenters. We'll continue to follow the story as I promised. So for now, we are going to just migrate. I mean, next time we come back here, we're going to migrate to the other channel. But if anything comes up again on this matter, we'll be right back here to dissect. So I really thank you. And honestly, yes, we've learned a lot. And yeah, it's an unfortunate way to have to learn something. I mean, something positive is coming out of something very negative. But luckily, we are taking lessons from it and, also getting better on, what is acceptable and what is not, and how far can you go when it comes to friendship. How far should you go? So thank you all, ladies. I hope you have an amazing evening. Enjoy your Easter celebration. And yeah, thank you. And I will see you guys on the next.
Happy Easter, everyone. And please join my live. I'll be live in the next 30 minutes.
Oh, nice. So that's Angel's Empire. What is acceptable and what is not, and how far can someone is still listening to us while here. So yeah, Angel's Empire, you can just quickly drop your link in the comment section. I don't know if it will allow you to do so, but just try
I
to
don't
do
even
so.
know how to do that. I've been thinking of doing it since. I don't know how to do it though.
You don't know how to copy your own YouTube link?
Oh, okay. I thought you said I should draw from this live. Okay, of course I know. I can do that. All right,
Okay,
I'll do
quickly
that
do
now.
it before I end the video. I'm going to end it now. So just do it. Let me see the comments to be sure you've done it. And we will be there in 30 minutes. Can we know what you're going to talk about in 30 minutes time? Are you still here? Oh, I think she's off to get her link. Okay, let's just wait for her to quickly drop her link and we will close the show for today. Blessing wanted to scam money from people from that fake false cancer. What an evil liar. Terrible, terrible thing. Terrible thing. She should pray never to have cancer. It's a joke to her. For her, what's cancer? Oh, it's just whatever. Disrespectful. And Daddy Freeze is there saying, why did she go there? No, you should be asking why she got exposed. She should be exposed. I'm so disappointed in him, honestly. I expected more from him as an elderly person and as an experienced person in this media space. No. And someone that people look up to. No. Not making sense, not adding up. Okay.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
You put the link?
I don't know why. I've dropped the link in the section.
I don't see it in the comments, but let me see. Chuk. I don't see the link in the comments, but wait, let me see if I can get the link. Let me open another. Unless it's going to delay to drop. Wait, let me see. Hold on, guys. Angels Empire. Okay. Yeah. Let's find how to copy your link. Okay, I'm just going to copy the whole web link. Okay, guys, so you will find the link in the comment section. I just dropped it, and she also dropped it, but I don't see it. So click on that link and you should be on Angels Empire's YouTube channel. She's going to be live. And yeah, so hopefully we all will gather there again in the next 30 minutes. I love you all. Thank you again for giving me your time this evening, and see you on another show. God bless you. Bye.